I mean, it just depends. It varies from places to places, right? I mean, if your dad, teaches you a culture, I mean, a lot of them are going to stick to their culture. I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of them, like a lot of them here, even from
brother,
Toronto. I'm
brother, brother. They're still in the danger zone. I don't
Oh my
care
God.
what relationship they have with their father. They
That's
need
true.
to
Look,
prove
look.
to us that we should
Yeah.
accept them.
no,
Because
well, they
Yeah.
don't.
So
Well, they don't
what
need
you
to prove
saying?
to you though. They don't need
yes,
to prove.
they
Hold on,
do.
listen.
If
See,
they are below 60%, they are in the danger zone.
Yo, all
It is
right.
what
Let
it
me
So,
cook.
so,
is.
so am I
Check
but
this
you
wrong?
don't
out,
even
right?
have.
Yo,
You don't even
so,
have a
so
All right,
here's
let
uniform
me
the thing,
cook.
right?
Yeah.
culture though. You don't even
Yo,
have
yo,
a uniform
yo,
culture.
It
Hammer,
is what it is,
Hammer,
They'll
brother.
have to
Hammer,
listen
It
to
is
you.
what
They
it
have
Hammer,
is.
to listen to their
Danger zone
parents.
kids have
Hammer,
to prove themselves. There
Hammer.
is no
Am I
exception.
wrong?
All right,
Here's,
can I
here's what I
talk?
really do. Hammer, am I wrong for teaching my kids African stories that I grew up with?
You
No,
are
you're
Like I
not
grew
not.
wrong
up
for
with the
doing
Nazi
It's
the
that.
part of the
spider.
That's
culture.
I
that,
grew up
don't
with
put it,
Spango and
Man,
shit
but
like
don't
that.
for your kids.
It's part
But
of
I
the
You
taught
had
that
culture.
to my
every
kids.
right
But
Man.
that's black
to
culture
raise
though, but they
them
not black.
any way you want to raise your kids. Those are you're the father. I'm not gonna take, brother. That's your
Well, when it
choice,
comes to most mixed kids, it seems like their black side, if they have black fathers, are usually not
brother.
disseminated to
I'm
them.
not gonna tell you what to do with your own children. All I'm
So
gonna
I
tell you
kind of agree
is
with the point
when
that
it comes to
that
that
that the
kid
brother
in the
had.
group, they have to demonstrate to us why we should accept them.
you and who?
Whatever
Like
religion
you
I would
act
choose,
like
that's
you
between them and
speak
the
like you
father.
have
I
some
don't
kind of
I don't
care.
teach them to
authority in the
go
U.S.
seek
Man. You have
acceptance from
nothing.
random ass
Brother, this
motherfuckers.
is a
Ain't nobody
global. It's just
listening to
I
you.
global.
don't teach them
It's
to
not about
have like.
America.
Wait,
This
Nobody.
is
wait, wait. All right,
global.
so I don't teach them to have defined, I guess, acceptance from random
They
ass
gotta
motherfuckers.
prove to
And
you.
that's
Like,
fine. And that's your
It's like
choice,
they,
brother.
they need to have their own self
That's your
esteem
right.
and have their own self worth. They
hey
shouldn't
James,
And
compare
and,
that's your right.
themselves
You are
to
the
and
any other
James,
father.
motherfucker.
and
Right.
James, and
You
James
are the
also,
father, brother. You're the
and,
father. Or
and
one
James.
thing is that those are your children. So you have a very special relationship with them. And that's fine. I cannot get in that relationship. That's your children, right? Well, one thing is that the relationship they will have with the group is going to be different. That's your child. You do what you want to do. I won't even tell you what to do. That's your child. Do what you got to do, brother. Don't do your children. You're the father. But when it comes to the group, the black race, and those kids, yes, they're going to have to prove to us why we should accept them.
You
Bro,
and
to
But
who?
in
go to a black
regards to
race in
you
They
and
don't
your
America,
have to do
go
children,
that.
to
that's
Nigeria,
your
bro. Go
business.
to Nigeria and watch how the shit split. Because a Hausa and a Igbo and a Yoruba, they gonna see themselves as different motherfuckers. And they all in the
That's
same country.
you
No,
do
that's not true.
understand,
Let's
Look,
not let's
Nigeria.
not do that.
What you're
So we
talking
talk about
about are tribal
the black
differences, brother.
community in the United States.
that's
Yes, those
tribal.
are
Look,
Right?
tribal differences. That's not
it's
race.
something.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
race
bro.
is much different because if it's racism, yeah, that's where there's wars. That's where there's more violence, much more violence, right? You right now, black people wouldn't be as unified as they are. You know, many black people have different backgrounds. You can go do a DNA test, yeah, and you see this person is this black, this type of black. That's why there's different types of phenotypes with black people, right? Or like little slight looks. Do you know what I'm saying? But look, when it comes to this whole thing about biracial people, right? I think what Hammer is saying is you can't argue with him because look, it doesn't matter if the person loves the culture, it doesn't matter. At some point, they're gonna look at themselves in the mirror, right? And they want to be an individual because
Thank
at
you.
some point they're gonna be bullied. Maybe someone's gonna push them to the limit, and they're gonna decide to change sides, and they're gonna be like, oh, I want to be this type of person. Oh, you know what? I'll be
It's
myself. I don't care
thank
about
you.
my dad. I don't care about my family. I F them, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we can't really just accept these people, accept even myself, right? I'm less black because of the fact that my phenotype, I go
What
to
is
other
your
black people,
percentage,
I be
brother? What is
jealous
your
of them.
percentage?
Yeah,
What
my
is your
percentage,
percentage?
look,
Are you
my
above
percentage
60% or below 60%?
Are
below.
you get?
No,
Are
when
you
it comes to
gatekeeping
blackness,
that,
yeah, I'm
Hammer?
more black.
Look,
Are you gatekeeping that?
these
I'm
rules are
probably like
universal. Yo,
20%
I
non-black,
support the
25%
different
non-black.
I support the different, but it's the universal. So, brother, are you in the danger zone?
I'm 75% black, so
Okay,
around
that's
that.
fine. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, that basically people, right, that are mixed. These people, especially because they have different phenotypes. They have, there's one I know. This guy, he's like basically like looking more European, right? He looks like a somewhat similar to Italians, right? But got curly hair. And this guy is very like the way he was talking about colorism. Oh, you know, he's light skinned, saying stuff about himself. But this guy, I was like, oh, bro, but do you have a sibling? Aren't they darker than you? And then he was, yeah. And you come to find out these people, they're darker. So now I'm asking, yeah, what is blackness? What is mixedness? What is all of this stuff? What is directly the state? Like, what is it that is the example of being black? And what is it that black people are trying to do? Like, what is the aim of this?
Yeah, but I mean, but Jason, I mean, you live in a Western society. You've been bombarded by different way of thinking. So you've been like you having like cultural like challenges trying to identify who you are. It's a normal phenomenon in mostly non-black societies. If you have that kind of experience, you need to go back to the motherland and yeah, and reinvigorate your culture, and just identify yourself
And
better. Because for me, I
let
live
me,
here. I don't have that kind of issue. I don't even think that way. I mean, I don't know why a lot of you guys are
but
pretty much
let me ask
worried
you a
about
question because
people who doesn't
you've been
identify.
sounding. Let me ask you a question, Zongo. You've been some respect. Do you have biracial kids?
No, I don't.
Are you married to a biracial woman? I mean, a non-black woman?
No, I'm not.
Are you dating a non-black woman?
I've dated a couple of you, but never
Okay,
married to
okay,
them.
okay. Thank you for that. So, are you currently dating a non-black female?
No,
How many times have you busted on the face of a non-black female?
a lot.
A lot.
This
Okay,
nigga funny,
okay.
bro.
You have a number on that? Like, if I was, in fact, in regards to black women, have you busted more on black women or non-black women?
I
Oh,
would say like mostly non. No, because the reason is okay.
no,
Hold on, hold
brother.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
See,
hold on,
thank
hold on,
you.
hold on, hold on,
Because you know,
hold on, hold
brother,
on, hold on
Now,
first.
most
Hold on,
people don't
black
even
men
know anything
finish
wrong.
their
hold
head
on.
of
But it's
hair.
different though.
It
But you
typically
gotta listen.
shows.
You gotta
Thank you,
listen to
brother.
this.
So go
You
ahead.
gotta
It's
listen to
mad
this
because
first.
he didn't procreate with him.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's what it is, right? But when
Yeah,
black
man, but
men penetrate too many non-black females, all of a sudden they're on panels talking about what we say. Okay.
yeah, but the thing is, no, I grew up in a Muslim household in Ghana, man. They're not gonna allow you to do stuff like that in Ghana. So when I went
That's what you're
outside,
doing.
I had a lot. I had a lot more
So
freedom.
why are you busting on non-black women all
Yeah,
over the place?
because I had freedom, and they're the ones mostly easily
Okay,
accessible.
that's fine, brother.
Yeah,
Now,
there's
do
nothing
you
wrong with that.
believe that you going around here busting on non-black women may have influenced your worldview?
Oh no, no,
Well, I
that's
have
not
to agree
true.
with you. I
No,
believe that subconsciously it has.
no,
I
no.
believe that if you would have only dated black women, or not, if you weren't even attracted to non-black females, your
Yeah, but the
mentality
thing
would be
is, but
very
even in the
different.
U.S., hold on, even in the U.S., I've been with black people, black women over here, American black
But
women.
hold on, brother.
Hold on first,
You,
hold on first. I've dealt with American black women over here, but sometimes not just being black. Black alone doesn't make sense. Sometimes you need character too. And
it's not just about the Black
unfortunately,
America, bro. We have a whole diaspora globally.
yeah.
Let's
But
be
I
honest
mean,
here.
why I say you don't see them a lot. Where I've
Yeah, but, but, but
where I've been,
but the point is
I've
that
been.
you've already admitted that you have come on the face of more non-black women,
It's
which
just the ones easily
Bro, what
accessible
does
though.
that matter? It's not making babies. You seem to
They're
be
the ones
concerned about the
easily
mixture
accessible.
of people.
brother,
You seem to
brother,
be concerned
men
about,
men are sexual creatures, right?
bro.
When
But
we
if you
out,
if you
Same,
yo, if
same
you
when
come
applies
we're
to
on
women
out
somebody,
though.
you think
here
you gotta get them
running
pregnant.
through all
You
these
only
non-black
concerned about
women,
the mulatto.
there is a subconscious that happens over there.
Oh my god.
It's things you subconscious. Because
No, because
then,
men ain't
when the
bro.
conversation is about
If I come on a
blackness,
female
all
space,
of a
I'm not
sudden,
attached to her.
all those
That's the
images, all
problem.
the you busted all hop on your face.
Yo, and on
That's
some real shit, and you come on female space, it's kind of disrespectful. So obviously, I
Yeah,
must not be a
but
great
Hammer,
couple.
You mean to tell me if you stay in a state like Missouri, like you know what Missouri State is? You don't even stay in St. Louis. You stay like somewhere in Rolla or maybe Battlefield in somewhere in Missouri. You expect to see a lot of people like you over there? No. So you have no choice but to deal with the ones
yeah, and
easily
that's
accessible
really
in your
and
area.
the
There's
stupidest
nothing
Hammer,
thing.
you
wrong with
come
doing
on
that
That's
stuff.
the business because you can always move, go to other places.
Oh
Because
no,
once again,
no, that's
I,
not true.
I
Oh yeah, you don't live in my
yeah,
reality. You don't live
because
in.
the
Oh
reality of the
okay.
Yo,
conversation
Hammer,
here is this.
yo, Hammer.
This topic only comes up when it comes to black men and who they're fucking.
Oh my,
All of a sudden, it's
yo,
let's
Hammer,
be
Hammer,
honest
you
here,
come on a
right?
woman's face, yo, you come
Only when
on a
it was
woman's face,
black
and
men
you
and
love
who
her,
they're fucking,
bro.
then all of a sudden, there's not enough this. We gotta do stop.
Okay, Hammer,
Hammer,
Hammer.
you come on a woman's
Yeah,
face,
go
do
ahead,
you
Jason.
love her? Do you love a
Yo,
woman
what
that you
type
come
of
on the
like
face
how
of?
many what percentage of black women?
Brother, I could never love a non-black female. Ever.
Well, no, if you come on a woman's face, do you love that woman?
Honestly, well, it depends on the relationship you're in. Is that a woman you're dating? Is that your wife?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
What
bro.
is the
Just because
context
somebody
here?
just because somebody smashed a non-black female doesn't mean that they want a relationship with that person. Don't mean they want.
But hold up. But here's the problem. Right? The
that's what I
issue
did.
here
because
is that when this is
as a man, you fuck who is available on some
Yeah,
real.
now,
that's
when I will agree
Yeah.
with you that when it comes to men, right? Men do they do have different when it comes to sex. I get that. But what the issue is when it comes to black men specifically is that we have seen the pattern where they start to internalize this. And then before you know what? I will give you a perfect example, right? White men have no problem fucking black women. But you will never see a white dude hop on a panel talking about, whatever kid he's having is one of them, or trying to placate to him fucking a black woman. You don't see non-black men doing this. They make it very clear, yeah, it just so happened that's it. Oh, when it comes to black men, do they want to defend their actions? All of a sudden, that's the problem we have. When non-black men fuck outside of their community, they make it very clear that that's what it is, but we prefer our own women. White men make it very clear they prefer white women. When they're throwing black women, they go right back. Only when it comes to black men, they all of a sudden want to talk about red bones and back. That's the problem.
I agree with you on that, but that's not every black man. Like, I find that.
Come on, brother. Yes, it's not every
shit.
black man, but it has happened enough where it's now becoming a stereotype and it's becoming a problem.
I think
That's
because
the
they got the loudest voice, you think that that's the trend.
Let me ask you a question.
Because-
Do you ever see
these
white
niggas
men
seem to have
talking
the
about
loudest
Shanique?
voice.
Do you ever see white men talking about how they're trying to go and marry a black woman out here? Is that what you're seeing?
Yo, here's the funny shit. My girl's brother.
I don't care about little exam. I'm talking about as a group, collectively. Do you see any of that?
Obviously, there's a selective pressure, and you see this with Jewish men. You see this with a lot of white men.
Yeah, okay, fine. But we know that collectively, when white men decide to marry out, who do they go get with? The Asian females, right?
Yo,
we know
white
this.
men that be saying that. There's white men that be dogging on white women. Yo, this black.
Yes, they are. Okay, yes, they are. But brother, we're talking about the collective here. You're not gonna gas on the panel.
Asian woman or Native American woman because white women are too feminist. Bro,
White men
dogging on white women.
Yes, I do agree with you that you do have the manosphere and the red pool and the white manosphere. I have been in those spaces, but even with all that being said, do you see them in large talking about how they're trying to get with black females?
Oh my god!
I mean,
do you see that? I have been in the white manosphere space. They don't say that. Bill Walter I know underground. If you want to talk about the white manosphere, I am the wrong one. I know these white manosphere dudes.
Here's the shit that you're doing. You're just trying to focus it on the black woman. Bro, they just prefer Asian women and Hispanic women. That's just what it always been. But they dog on white women.
Brother. Even when they dog on their own women, they still prefer white women.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been to. Here's the issue you have.
Here's the thing,
I have been to the white manosphere.
No.
I know on the corner. I know these dudes.
You got a nigga like Tommy Sotomayor, right? Who says all kind of crazy shit about black women.
Oh my
God. No, that's not true, bro. Look at the females. Look at the females properly. The females are multi-racial. They're mixed. The darker skin. Come on, don't lie. Come on.
Doesn't Tommy Sotomayor deal with the light skinned ones?
Only deal with dark skinned black women, and then he'll say all the craziest shit about black women.
No.
So here's the thing. It's more like people are fucking complicated. That's what it is. It's like people are complicated.
Hey, James, is Tommy a Yoruba guy or he's American guy?
This nigga from Georgia or some shit.
He's American.
His dad is from like we call Panama or whatever. This nigga look Yoruba. Or he looked Igbo. He looked Nigerian. He said,
because hold on. The core of
all his kids are dark skinned, black.
I have been in the white manosphere for years. I know these white dudes like so well too. as much as they hate on white women for the film, which I do agree with the points, they will still make it very clear that their goal is to have white kids. I'm a good example, right? Under
It's because of
Chronic,
power as
he,
well. Another thing is
he
power. Black people want to erase their phenotype. Let's be honest.
mhm.
That's what they
because
hate on
because
themselves.
here's the truth, right? I'm giving example, right? Go and search him under Chronic. He is like a guy who's well known in the white male space, right? He loves talking about Asian women, right? But you know what? When you go to his comments, almost all the white guys tell him what? Like, hey, we cannot rebuild the West with Eastern women. They will tell him this. So as much as they hit on white females, they are very much invested in having that white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed child. That's very important to them. But I don't see that mentality with black men. Why?
There is, man. What do you mean there isn't? There
Yeah,
is.
like
Very
No,
rare.
there
Let's
is
be honest.
not.
I mean, when
There
it
is
There
not.
happens,
is.
it's
I
because
mean,
Black
you're
men
attracted
do not
to
have the
black men.
mentality
Let's
of
not lie.
prioritizing their phenotype or their, features above everything else.
I do.
I
I
don't see
do.
that.
No, I do. I
I
do.
don't
Okay,
see that.
wait.
Not on the
So
level of
Hammer,
white men. I don't see that.
how
Not
black
on
are
the
you?
level
Like,
of Arab
what's
men.
your
I don't see that.
No, I do. I
yo
mean, I
Hammer?
do.
How black are you? Like, what's your percentage of black? Like, like
Brother,
what would
I
you
already
like?
told you. It's gotta be 60% or above. If you fall below 60%, you are in danger zone.
You're
No,
crazy,
I'm
man.
talking about you. Like, what
Emma's
percentage of
crazy.
black are you? Like, how black are you? Like, what are you? 76?
90%. Actually, 90%.
how much white
All right.
DNA you got in you, bro?
So he's 90. So
I
you
don't
got.
know, man. I'm just assuming because I know my family comes from West Africa. I'm probably over 90% for the most part.
What you mean? All right. So you overnight, but that's not 100. So what else are you?
Wait, you West
Told you,
Wait,
I don't know because I'm assuming because I come directly from West Africa, so I'm more than likely over 90%.
Man, your ass is like
wait,
88%.
Because here's the issue, right? I come directly from West Africa, right? My family is I think from a Bible tribe, so pure black tribes. So I already assume that more than likely there's a good shit. I'm probably over 90% for the most part.
Oh, so well, you
Yeah.
going by your
I could
phenotype or so,
definitely
like
say
what,
that I'm
like
95,
what you look like or something.
but you
I
can't
guess.
say that you're 100, and you from the
I
Bamileke
cannot
people.
guarantee that. But I do know for a fact that I am definitely over 70 or 80% coming from where I come from.
But
Yeah,
here's the
I
thing:
come from
I know for
continent.
me personally, I know for a fact that I'm 95%. For
Okay.
a fact, but you not
Okay,
even
fine.
sure that you even 90.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but
100.
yeah, but that's not okay. I get,
Okay, that's
okay, look,
fine. And
okay, so okay then,
I'm still
Hammer,
a black
what
African male, so
black?
Yeah,
that does
but
not change anything about what I said.
yeah, but Hammer. If you live in
Go ahead.
America, it's
Mhm,
really hard for you to like protect your group, especially
mhm.
considering the fact that the dominant group like overshadows you.
Next up, I have already told
Hold.
everyone Cameroon, Yaoundé, the Bamileke tribe, search up one of the Bantu tribe, right? One of the oldest black tribes in that region. So I already know that it's safe for me to assume I'm like a pure Negro. But go ahead.
Yeah, if you speaking about, are you speaking about continental Africans? I mean, you see a bunch of them. Even in Ghana, when you go to Ghana, Ashanti tribe, a lot of the tribes, if you go there, they are very indigenous people over there.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
all this
That's what I was
conversation,
saying is that
this kind of conversation. Let me
if
tell you,
I was
when
someone
you
living in
raise,
America,
when you raise,
I would guess, but because I know that come the regular middle, yeah, it's safe for me to assume I'm probably close to
yeah, because
100%.
I'm not gonna lie to you. All these conversations, when I was in Ghana, I never had this kind of
Mhm.
conversation, and mostly like the woman that
Yeah,
was
but look,
really
the thing
accessible to
is,
me.
Because that's a what?
people in China,
Almost
look,
100% black country. Stop it.
Yeah, but the same thing applies over here, though.
it
Because
doesn't
No,
matter. Let me tell you why.
hold on.
Because of
you
the
are
fact
living behind enemy lines over here. But go
in
ahead,
in in,
Yeah,
Jason.
in
it's like
Africa, right? Look,
So is you, bro. You
in
Isn't that
Africa,
true though?
right now, Chinese people are
You're
literally like
living
destroying,
behind
like
enemy
when
lines.
yeah,
they're
who's
literally
your
like
enemy?
running the
Who's your
country in
enemy?
China, in Africa.
Yeah, no,
You
no,
be like
I'm not African American. I've told
even
you guys it before.
even to
I
mention
Bamileke, Yaoundé,
how
Cameroon. I'll say it again. But go ahead.
right now there's wars
Jason.
going on in those countries. Like all these like other countries, there's Chinese people in Africa right now, like Nigeria or so. They're running. There's even like Chinese men selling stuff on the street. Imagine, and
What?
he's
In Nigeria?
Chinese. Yes, right now.
See,
So
this is
what
the
you're
power
saying
of
is
black men.
like you can't be ignorant to this stuff. You got what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I think a lot of you guys, when you speak, you understand. You have no knowledge about economics and how like nations develop. You're just making just
Look,
over
let me
generalized
Well,
make
no,
nations.
something
no,
very
no. Okay,
clear, right? I
let's
The
be.
fact that you
understand
have
that.
like
Look. I
the fact that you have like a
understand that.
social understanding about certain things in America doesn't mean you have an economic perspective about certain things too.
No,
Well,
when
You're
let's be
just overly
honest.
geopolitics
generalizing
is
Is
my
stuff.
Nigeria
strong
doing
point.
well?
Don't do that.
Economically, are they doing well? I mean, let's be honest. In Nigeria, I don't think so. When they come here or to other European countries, yes, they are. So I don't know what you're saying. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
they're
Like,
doing well from where they stay. I mean, they're not
no, I
complaining,
don't
are
really
they?
think that that's true. I mean, why are they making these stereotypes? Those ones, they usually come when they're in Europe. They come back and they build stuff. But the ones there in general, I don't really think they're always doing well. Those ones are tribes. There's certain tribes in Africa that are wealthy already. Like you got, for example, Fulani. Those people are actually admixed. Then you got Hausa. You got maybe.
Hello.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
brother
but
fell
he's
off.
just generalizing something. Because for me, I'm just listening to you guys. I think you guys are, speaking, especially you, Hammer, is speaking from the place of privilege. You know, you live in America, you have the audacity to
Uh,
dictate to other groups of blacks, mostly
yeah,
residing in Western
because this
society.
has nothing to do. Oh, well, what I am saying has nothing to do with your economic living standards. It's
Yeah,
strictly about legacy and genetics. That's all it is.
yeah, but but
Whites can be
economics
anywhere.
has a
Don't understand this.
no
It's
about
only
economics.
with black men this problem occurs.
Yeah,
I
but
don't have this problem. If I talk to Asian men, they'll
mhm.
agree with me. If
Yeah,
I talk to Arab men, it's only black men where all of a sudden now it's what the shit. Stop. We're not doing this.
yeah, but what you say
If,
about
dude,
the
I had a
percentage.
white dude on my panel before, and
Mhm.
even he was talking about, yeah, this is the guy from the white manosphere. With all the shit that white man, he said, yeah, I want to maintain my white genetics. I said, why don't black men have this mentality? Why is it that when I can talk to all these other groups of men, they understand what I'm saying? It's only with black men I gotta argue shit down about who they want to fuck. But go
Bro,
ahead.
what I'm trying to say is that the majority of black men agree with you. I should not even agree with you. We just do it unsubconsciously. We want to date and marry black women in the majority of the time.
In the
That's what
majority.
the majority is
And
happening.
you know what?
We ain't gonna go away.
I will give you that. I will give you that.
Yeah,
But what
but
I'm saying is
majority.
that
So what you
what
talking
I'm
about is a
saying is
non-starter.
that, and
It
what
ain't
I'm
the
saying is
majority of
that
African American men
until
date, have children with other black women. Period.
but let me ask. Okay, hold up. Now here's the issue, right?
Why you
And
focusing
this
on the niggas like me that don't?
because here's
Oh,
the
the
Yeah,
issue.
real shit. On some
exactly, and
real
they're
shit,
the
I
let me
ones
not
who
am.
go break
lie
up.
Let me
On
break it
some real
down to
shit,
you.
me and my
A
girl break
problem
up.
that the
Yo,
problem I've
I'm
noticed,
going
right?
after black women. That's it.
No.
Like
Let me break it down
the
to
first woman
let
I liked was black.
me
I just happen to be in a
brother.
situation I happen to
Let me
love
break down
the person I'm
the
with,
issue I'm having,
but we
right?
break up.
The concern,
Yo, I'm
right?
going after black women. That's it. I ain't got no issue with
Yeah,
it.
but let me explain what the issue, what
All
the
these
issue
other
is,
women
right?
is
If
mainly
I speak, see,
these are
he's
black.
talking, he's guilty. It's brother. It's all right. Oh, it's all right. You're guilty. It's fine. When I talk to non-black men, it is obvious that they genuinely prefer their women as a standard for their group. They may deviate a little bit, with us with Asians, but the preference is the women and the phenotype. For some reason, when it comes to black men, I can never really tell.
Oh my
I
god,
can't really tell
black
that
men.
black men genuinely prefer the phenotype because too many times folks are hopping on panels talking about love is love. Too many times dudes are hopping on panels with the bi. Too many times.
Yo, bro,
And so
I
until
don't know who
black
you talking
men
about.
can
You probably
prove
talking
to
about some
me
Bannister niggas.
that they prioritize their genetics the way white men do,
yeah. See, let me tell
it
you
is
one
what it
thing
is.
Most black men prioritize their genetics. They marry
Yeah,
women that
but
look like them. What are you talking about? You talking about some
Prioritizing your
weirdo man?
genetics
I'm
is
talking about
not
some
just
weirdo
marrying
black
and
Bannister niggas.
procreating with
I'm
your own
talking about
group,
some
okay?
passport bros, bro.
It's
Stop talking to passport
mentality.
bros.
You
The
apply
only
this
reason
to
why you have
every
this problem
aspect
because
of
you
your
keep
life,
talking to the wrong niggas.
okay?
yeah,
Brother,
but
brother, brother,
I think
you're a
yeah,
biracial kid. Go
like
ahead.
yeah, Hammer, like what you saying. See, like even in Ghana, like there was this like a German guy who was born in
Thank you,
Ghana.
real brother. Hold up, guys. How the brothers comments, right? White men want white. Thank you, white children.
Hold
If
on,
you
let me.
go to the white men, so they make it very clear. That's what they want. At the end of the day, despite all the hate that white women, right? they make it very clear they prioritize genetics to that point, to that extreme. They
Yo, if
want those
that's
white
true,
kids.
if
Now,
that's true,
I,
why in
for
America
some
the white
reason,
man is the one who dates out of
I
his race
need
more?
black men
If
to
that's true,
convince me that you want black
they
children.
white
That's
men
what
But
needs to
date
happen.
out
if that is
of
a
their race 4 times as much as black men. What are you talking about?
yeah, if that is the case, I think Bill Gates' daughter, I think she's dating someone outside of their own.
She dating a nigga.
Yeah,
Hold on. First of all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
look,
Stop.
I
That's
think
all relationship. That's all relationship.
I
But see,
think
once
racism is
again,
something.
why are
Look,
you even focusing on a white female who just dumped a black dude?
He's gonna have access
Hey,
all to the wealth.
and the crazy part is, she
Yo,
dumped him for another white guy.
bro,
That's what I'm talking about. Stop focusing on
bro.
non-black women. Go ahead, Jason.
okay, look. What I think is like with black people, right? I think black people have a inferiority complex when it comes to race. Exactly because
Yes, I agree with
Indians,
that. Especially,
you
especially
got
for black
Indians.
men.
Okay,
Black men
you
have it
got
bad.
Indians. Yeah, exactly. Indians, yeah. These people, they're dark. They got very dark skin. Like I'm not talking about those East Indians. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about those right that are trying to be white, basically. Because even some of them kind of bleach their skin. They may have a Mediterranean type of skin tone. They want to be whiter or whatever, right? I'm talking about those darker skin ones. Those ones, right? I don't know if Europeans or whatever discriminate. I saw one time on a video, on a live stream type video, an Indian guy, like he was getting discriminated by some European little kid, and he was saying, "Oh, black," like he was saying black, and then he said, "Yeah, I'm black," but then he showed his bottom of his leg, and he said, "But you are the bottom," like he was talking about his leg. So you can see just by the way he's carrying himself, right? He doesn't have that mentality of inferiority. He likes himself,
Mm-hmm.
and Indians, right? They're also extremely racist towards black people. So there's even
Yes.
look, there's
Yeah.
this woman. Basically, I went to a shop, right? I went to a shop one time. I was trying to do something for my hair, whatever. I basically look almost the same. I have the similar phenotype, straighter nose, like kind of like more curly hair, whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
she has straight hair. This woman, when she saw like when she just said I'm Nigerian. I don't know whether it's the mannerism. She just said she's basically described me as black, right? She even if she sees a mixed race person, she sees them as black. Even if that woman, right, marries a black person, the kid she's gonna call them black. That's the same with Europeans. I saw this woman, right? There's this woman. She married like a Somali, even right. I think one of you guys. I don't know if you're Somali, right?
Mm-hmm.
She still called. I was saying that that child is not even black at all because East
Yeah.
Africans as well. They don't even. They're multiracial as well, right? They're
Yeah.
all their phenotype.
They danger zone. The entire group danger zone. But go ahead.
Okay, so even she was calling those kids black, and I saw the kids. They look like East. They look like Italians. They look like those
Oh.
like those Arab looking Southern Italian. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I saw those kids. And they even have wavy to like close to straight hair, and then she
Mm-hmm.
called the kid black. I even argued, and later on she said, "Yeah, the kid's East African." So this whole thing about race, this
No.
colorism, oh, that she's
He's a
black.
Horner African. We gotta be a Horner African. Say it correctly, brother. A Horner
Okay,
African.
Horner, okay, Horner
Mm-hmm.
African. This thing about us all being black together, I don't think it's gonna work because of the fact that look, black people. I already said it's an inferiority complexity, right? You can see that when a black person is, especially when he's attractive or like I don't know, whether he takes care of himself, he has good health, whatever. He doesn't have that inferiority complex. I've seen many black guys. They date black women. They'll be both attractive, right? And they don't have that mentality where they're saying, "Oh, they want to marry this and that," and they're more reserved compared to other black people that they'll be dating outside their race. They'll be doing this and that, and then they'll be continuously saying things like, "Oh, we all black," but then you're gonna be saying that people like outside your race they're racist to you. This doesn't
Yeah.
work. You know what I'm saying? This is inferiority complexity. Black people have to address this inferiority, like this racism issue, this self-hating issue, all of this stuff. Because if you're gonna continuously talk about, who's black and who's not black, yeah, and then continue to date outside your race and cause the same problem, then this is not gonna be resolved. And soon black people are gonna be extinct. Okay, the Bantu race is gonna be extinct. They're all gonna look like Horners Horners, like North
Not
Africans.
yet, brother. Not
It's
yet,
like
brother.
gone.
Brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Brother. Now, luckily for us, right, we do have a saving grace, which is the fact that Black Africans, we are the only group in the world right now that has a birth rate above replacement level. So every other group essentially is shrinking. The whites are shrinking. Every other group is below replacement. Only the sub-Saharan Black Africans are growing demographics. So I believe by 2050, now 2000, we will be at the biggest group on the globe. So don't worry. Our time is coming. But I want to make sure, as the Black African population is exploding, as we are on the path to be the most biggest group on the planet by 2100, I want to make sure these lines are clear. 60% is the limit. Below that, danger zone. Now, somebody in the chat said, the reason why I say this because I'm trying, because the point is to be practical, right? It's in between. 50 is too low. I believe 70% is too hard. So I said with 60%. Because I believe that is a fair cutoff point. Below that point, and by the way, that's also the reason why I go so hard at the Horners. Because the Horners collectively, in my opinion, too many of them fall below this 6% line. You will see an Ethiopian walking out with straight noses, straight. What's going on here? But because black men want to fuck those women, all of a sudden now they become black. Just saying.
That's
You
true.
wanna
I'll be
fuck
honest with you. I got all my
Ethiopian,
family
right?
members, they all think to black guys. It's funny, like
Exactly.
they look different. Like let me say this: like if you go
Mhm,
to an African wedding, yeah, the
mhm,
females, either the woman bleaches her skin, right,
mhm.
or she's a mixed female, right?
Thank
Like
you.
I realized all my family members, right,
Mhm.
from the other side, the females they all date darker skinned men. So
Exactly.
and they're all like either they're light skin or not. So it's really funny that this mentality is going out about your product. Like I think Dr. Umar is kind of a liar as well. I think he's kind of simping. I think okay, he may be bringing stuff out, but this guy he was mentioning Somalis and all that. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying Somalis are like they're a problem. They're not. They're African in the terms of Africa, but we have to address them as different. Okay, right? Someone that
No,
has that type of phenotype, we have to dress them differently.
and
Doesn't mean that
yeah,
they're not like a good people. It doesn't mean they're enemy. It just means they're different,
yeah,
right?
brother.
That's it.
Yeah, brother, and my thing, look, what's so crazy? I know you guys who are watching may be shocked when I say this. There was a time when I even was willing to accept the Horner. There was a time because I said, look, the North Africans are cut off. They're 100% non-black. Like they're almost purely non-black. It's not kind of right. The Horners, I feel okay. They may have that admixture, but a lot of them can pass. So my thing is, if they, as long as they have the Malcolm X mentality, if they align solely with Kaiser, don't do that, Kaiser. I'm not trying to fuck an Ethiopian half breed. That's the problem.
That's crazy.
But anyway, but going back to what I was saying.
Maybe you have freed yourself, but continue.
But go ahead. I was, as long as these Hornets are willing to quote unquote have a Malcolm X pro black mindset. You know what? If they align solely with the black Africans and they cut off everything else, I'm willing to give them a chance. But once it became clear that the Horner what was going to not align, so you're cut off, because not only are you in the danger zone, now you're making it very couldn't align with us. So now you're cut off. Right? That's what it is. Now here's the thing. If you want to go over there and dig down a Somali female, dig down an Ethiopian female, dig down those Horner women, fine. But don't come over here and try to make those kids black. Don't try and include the Horners because you're fucking their women. Don't do that. And the reason why I go out, because I only see black men doing this. When a white dude goes and has sex with an Asian female, he doesn't try to turn the Asian go white. That's not what he's doing. He doesn't claim that those kids is white. Brother Jason, haven't you noticed that when white people date out, they make it very clear those people are not one of them?
Facts. I've seen it.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
They're on code like that. Meghan Markle, Prince Harry got married to Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is over 50% white. And you see how the Brits are treating her, right?
That's crazy. They look like a black woman. Like the way they see her as blick. Like you know what I'm saying, like proper black, and she
And
has
the
that phenotype.
and the
I don't know about
crazy
the hair, but
the crazy part is that she literally is white passing. Thank you, Kazu. Yeah, she's 60% white. She's over 2/3 white. She's white passing. And just based on the fact that she got that 30% somewhat black, nope, you're not one of us. That is how uncold these whites are.
that's why
Now
they're
you want
successful. You know?
yeah, thank you, and that's what was successful. Now
Because
you
look, there's no
mhm.
there's no identity crisis. There's no
Thank
changing
you,
sides
thank
and
you.
all of that stuff.
You know this, I'm Jason.
Yeah,
Now let
but
me ask you a question.
a whole
Do you,
king, a
Oh,
whole
go on.
like a prince of England had to marry her. What do you think about that, though? Because
Oh, that's
she's not fully like them too.
yeah. This is something to do with mentality. So she's
Well,
obviously
because
following the agenda.
a lot of them are against him marrying her. By the way.
yeah,
Yeah, but she's
Okay,
following
so
the
what?
agenda, so that's the point. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to follow the
yeah,
man.
All this like
yeah, but the whole point is this, right? What I am highlighting you is the mentality white people have as a group, no matter where they're on the planet. It's for you to be white, parents have to be white. You have them in the group. And they make it very clear to their people. If you step out of the group, that's it. Whatever you do outside the group stays outside the group. And
yeah,
it's
but
not just them. Asians do this, Arabs do this. And I've noticed that the groups of people who are successful have that mentality. Now, do you want me to believe that black men have the mentality, that kind of mentality? No, no, they don't. They don't have that kind of mentality.
no, I do have that kind of mentality though. Ever since I started
No,
making
but
money.
black, come on, brother. Black
Yeah.
men as a group, I
Yeah,
know we
But
don't have that kind of mentality.
you don't want to
I
include. I
mean the
mean,
only ones
Black
I see that
Americans
Black
have that.
too.
men are not vicious
I think
about
the only ones.
genetics the
You
way
want to
white
include Black
people are.
Americans
Stop
too?
it.
I think.
We
Would you
know
want to
I
that's not
include?
think the
true.
ones.
Would you want to
I
include
think the
Black
ones that are
Americans?
like that
Because
are actually in Africa. Look,
in
look,
all
hold on.
fact, I think we're even better than Black Americans. Black Americans, they don't give a damn. They just want to go to Argentina and look for better.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the main
Black
thing.
African
Look,
men have the same problem. So that's why you guys keep flying over to the horn, huh?
No,
Why?
no, no,
How
no,
about
no.
you?
See,
No, seriously, no. Like, dude, like they're not gonna lie. I know black men globally. That's why y'all simp
bruh,
and
that's
just and
against
just
my
and
come
just
yeah,
on.
no, I mean,
salivate over
no,
horny women.
like I said, I told you
Oh,
I grew
bro,
up.
I knew it.
Like I said, I told you I grew up in a Muslim family. All this like stuff that I'm hearing, it's first time experience in a Western society. I never heard of
Come
that when
on.
I was in
Oh,
Ghana.
brother, look.
No, no,
What I'm
I
saying
don't
is
think
that
of. I mean,
black men have this mentality globally, even on the
yeah, that's
continent.
true.
That's the
That's
reason
true.
why they run to. I'm gonna give you an example. Right?
So,
When Indian men, Arab men go to the UK, right? Do you see them like for the most part they stick with their own group, right? Like Indians, the all of the groups stick with their own group for the most part. You don't really see
That's a
them
lie.
chase.
That's a lie. Most of them too also prefer like maybe whiter people too, including Arabs too.
No, bruh. The
They wouldn't date down.
majority,
No, they wouldn't date down, but they would date up though.
the the vast, you're gonna have your exceptions, yes, we know that.
They would give them a
But
pass
the
regardless.
vast
Regardless, they would give them a pass regardless.
the
Regardless.
vast majority of these other groups of men, especially the Arabs, the Asians, or even the Indians, when they go over there, even in Europe, they stick with their own group. They have that reputation
But that's a
for the
lie.
most part.
If it is a Becky
That's a
or
lie.
maybe
So
John
Indians
coming,
are not known for sticking together in the West.
but I'm saying if it is a Becky or John coming, they're
How
gonna give that
many
person a pass.
Indians you see into marrying out like that?
Yeah, yeah, that's because they don't know how to talk. I mean, just
Oh,
kind of crap, man.
you see, you see what he's doing, right? Indians
okay,
have
you
that
know what? You know
reputation.
what? Okay,
They will
No,
go.
no, but Jason, but hold on, Jason.
Indians
The
will
point
go
I'm trying
into
to say,
all kinds of white societies, and they're known for only doing what?
yeah,
Sticking with
but
their
hold
group, right,
on.
Jason?
Okay, but
Stop that.
hold on, Hammer.
Black
The
men
point I'm
go to Europe, 80%, 50% white people. Like, stop. We're not doing
Yeah, I
that.
get what you're saying. I recognize what you're saying, right? But I'm just saying the same thing applies to other groups. Maybe they might not want to date down, but then regardless,
No,
they
it
want
has
to date up.
nothing to do with that. These are men who
No,
have a different mentality.
man, no, that's a lie. Cause you know what? I went, cause,
Really?
cause you're always basing that based on what you saw maybe on.
Because okay, let me ask you a question, right?
Go
When
ahead.
it comes to okay, if I go to Western countries, which group of men have a better economic status? Asian men or black men?
I'll say Asian
Asian.
man.
Let's be honest.
Okay,
And
Asian
you know
men.
what's funny?
So
You want to
if they have a better economic status, why is it that they specifically stick with them? Why don't you see Asian men using their money to try to hop into these other communities?
Oh, that's
Well,
because
I
they
like that.
it's
I like
not
this
really.
guy,
I
man.
mean, hey. I work with where I work.
Why
My
is
lady
that the
Gina. Hold
moment
on.
a black
Yeah,
dude gets a little
he's
bit?
How you
definitely
Why
doing,
is it
man?
that
motivated. He's
a
definitely
black
motivated.
Nigerian, a black African, the moment he gets a couple of money, he's checking Becky and Emma? Why is that happening?
I'm
You
guessing
give
Hammer is
him
like
$2. You give
some
him
rich
two
guy. I don't
dollar
know.
bills, and he's over there in the white spaces. Why? That's why I say the black men. Look, I believe that we live in a man's world. That the reality is that nothing really moves unless a group of men say it moves. So that means the black race is not going to move unless black men make it move. Obviously,
Facts.
we hold black women accountable, but we as men know that at the end of the day, we're the only ones that can actually move the environment. We know
Right.
this. What I mean is that if we have an issue, we see our old men who keep behaving like this, that's a problem. Because that means we can't move. And I'm seeing how other groups of men who don't behave like this have a different outcome. I'm tired of seeing, like Jonathan mentions, I'm tired of seeing black men. The moment they break the glass ceiling, the first thing they want to do is try to get with a non-black. I'm tired of seeing that because then what happens
No,
is
no,
that when those white people pull his card, all of a sudden now race matters.
no,
Race
no, no.
didn't matter when you were busting on her
Yeah,
face.
but sometimes I think you're kind of missing the point though. I mean, a lot of people like maybe let's say like a black man or something.
Kaizo, I want you to highlight Mark Smith's comment in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Highlight his comment. White women are what, Mark Smith?
If you're mixing like maybe black Americans, that's a
He's
whole different
saying white women are
conversation.
hot in the chat. That's see this? This is the mentality of most black men. All they need is an
Bro, look
opportunity.
at Buck Smith,
Yeah,
bruh.
what? It's a lie. You prove it point.
Ah,
In the
white woman.
chat.
I mean, bruh, that's crazy.
It's not
I
right.
mean, I
Thank
think
you.
saying
He
that
loves white.
I think that's
Exactly.
kind of
And brother,
biasness because
and
that
when those white women get you caught up, don't come back over here. Don't call for help. When those white women have you in prison for 30 years, don't come up. I'm not going to help you. In
this
fact,
guy,
I will
white
in
woman, this
fact,
guy,
I will help the white folks put you in
that's
jail.
crazy, bro. That's crazy out here saying that,
No,
bro. So
she said, don't worry, I'll let you go. But see, I love it because that's what I'm talking about. That's the mentality a lot of black men do have. And the
yeah,
crazy part is that I don't see the men. I would never see a white dude hop on the chat talking about I love black women. That's not what's happening.
that never happened.
Even when they say they love Asian women, they will still say yeah, but I still want to have a white child.
And the truth is this, right? Look, Hammer, let me say this real quick. Basically, you see that every race of people have problems with the women, right? They may have fights, they may have arguments,
Thank
they may
you.
not even be obedient, but they still go to those women, right? They still have that image of self reflection. Black people, however, even if the female is like smoking hot, like facial symmetry, everything, right? And she got kinky hair, dark skin, you know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even acknowledge her. They wouldn't try to uplift her. They won't
That's
even
true.
try to say, "Oh, she's hot." They're just gonna say she's black. She's black as heck.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that she's less black, that's what I'm saying, right? Look, so look, you know how you're saying you're 88%. I don't know whatever, right? Those
I said I'm
hormones,
probably
bro.
90 or above. 90 or above. Probably in that
Yeah.
range.
Those the women I'm seeing right now. I'm actually clocking this, right? So
Mhm.
there's a lot of black guys that are like coming around. They're kind of anti-black, right? A lot of black
Thank
people.
you. Yeah, the
What
horny
I'm
women.
realizing is that many of these black people, they're actually a little bit mixed with some of them are black and Caribbean, right? And we know about Caribbeans. Caribbeans already like multiracial, similar to like all these other like African tribes. Like you got the Shua Arabs, like one what Mo was saying or whatever in the comments. You have like all these Creole type. Yeah, so like they already have this mentality that the moment they see someone that's less black, that has like a looser curl pattern or a different phenotype, bro, that female, she's gonna get gaslighted and dick down, if you know what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
everything you're saying is true. This dude was saying in the comments, white women are, hot.
That's what
But
I'm.
that
But
does
see,
not
but see, but
happen.
see, look. But notice how when I first began the conversation, all of the black men wanted to gaslight me. And the crazy part is they do this. Look, I know black women have their own problems, but this is one thing they all right about that black
I
men do
said no
gaslight
have
about this
it.
issue. That's one part they're right about that. Yo, you can't gaslight me on a black male. I know how we think. And lo and behold, I kept pressing him, and what the other guy admitted was that he has what biracial kids, right? Strike one. Then this one admits he's been fucking non-black women. Then the guy or somebody he loves, it comes out. It can't. They expose themselves. See, so that means this entire time when they were on the panel in the chat talking about love is love, what did we find out? What it was really
Bro,
come down to is they just wanted to fuck non-black women. That's what it is. Go ahead.
that's crazy. Look, I'll be honest,
They
right?
expose
I
themselves.
mean, this stuff about Black Lives Matter, all this like
Mm-hmm.
inferiority complex, this has to stop, bro. Because black people they already hate themselves from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm realizing also is the problem with black people is there's an inferiority complex, then there's mental health, then there's sickness, right? All this comes from, I'll be honest, right? I'm a multiracial black person. Okay, so I have admixture. So I guess I will exist within black people, there'll be animosity. With other races, I'll just be seen as black,
What
right?
is your percentage though?
I already told you 75%,
Okay, fine. I mean,
75% black.
you are
But my
in the
phenotype
safe
is
zone. You're
the
okay. You're fine.
questionable.
It's fine. You're way over 60%. You're way over the safe zone. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah, but the phenotype, right? Look, I'll be honest, it's not as bad, but my phenotype could disturb pure blacks, or people that don't have that. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that this Horner type shit with the women. So if that I have female counterparts. That's what I'm talking about. The
Mm-hmm.
female counterparts, those ones, because they're female, those ones are gonna be impregnated. Look, okay, what I'm trying to say is, right, with this problem with black people, the men are the ones that are leading things in the community, right?
No, that's a
Black
Yeah.
lie.
people need to
Where
stop
in
saying,
America,
yeah,
it's mostly
Black
the
Lives
women.
Matter. They need to stop saying that they're the lowest in society, this type of stuff. They need to just admit that they hate themselves. That's the truth. That's what I'm
No,
trying to say. So
hey,
that
hey,
things will be
hey,
better
Hammer,
for black people, so that they
Hammer,
don't have
Hammer,
inferiority complex.
you stay in America, right? You went to black schools, right? You know, like the women are the ones actually controlling like dating and even mating here in America. So why would you say is the black man controlling that?
Now, here's the thing, though, right? I live in America too. Yes, Black American men essentially are in many ways an underclass group. They're under about all sides. But you know what's so crazy about what you said? Brother? Even with all the stuff Black American men face, they still make more money than the female counterpart on average. They're still the ones that are responsible for the institutions. NAACP, all of the major black, even BT, all of the major black American institutions were by who? Black American men. So yes, I do agree that you do have the single way, all these things. But even with all of that shit going on, when you look at the numbers, black American men are still making more money than women, and they're still, for the most part, the ones who are still behind the institutions for the most part. Now, do I agree that they're under attack by the dominant group? 100%. But we're not going to come here and pretend as if black American men have not done anything. That's not true. We got to look at the
No,
stats.
I'm saying
The
when it
stats on the
comes to
ground.
dating and controlling, even
Yeah, now
dating, mating,
dating,
and
yes. When it
and
comes to men and
procreating,
dating, yes, I would say the women do the division. What I'm talking about is in
controlling.
regards to who's still making the most money and who's still behind
Yeah,
building institutions.
I
Yeah,
mean, hey,
yeah.
I've been to. I mean, I I've been in black communities over here. I never stayed that long, so I don't really understand. But I dated like a black woman before, you know. But
But a lot of it is
it
believe
kind
me.
of it kind of depends though, because like I'll tell you
Oh,
something. See,
mhm.
see, one of the like the lady that I was with her, she was a light skinned lady, right? But she was black herself, right? But she didn't like her dad marrying someone who was darker skinned, and they're all black Americans too, you know. You sometimes you have to really stay within them to understand the nuances, like what really goes on, right? So all this, this idea that, oh, if you have certain, percentage, you have to stick to this race. There's conflict even within the group itself, right? And that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
you're saying that,
eh,
are you including the blacks from America, or just the
Yes,
Africans from diaspora?
everyone across the group. But once again, that's also the reason why I did that. I told you my rules are based off practicality. The reason why I made that caveat was specifically for those examples like Malcolm X, so those unique examples of those who may be in the danger zone, but who align with the group. So that will fulfill that concern.
Yeah, but
So
that's
it
not true
will,
though,
yeah.
because like she dated someone like me, a little darker than her, right? Right, but
Yeah,
then she didn't like the fact that maybe her dad was dating someone. Because I don't like, sometimes you don't understand their thinking. You get what I'm saying? It's just, I think, America,
perfectly
the whole,
fine. But
like,
once again, what was the percentage? Were they in the safe or the danger zone, and who they line with? It's
I
not
mean,
complicated.
I
The
mean,
formula
generally
works in all situations.
when she goes among the Mexican, they think she's Mexican. That's what they think she is,
Okay,
right?
now
So
that's broadening because there are no Mexicans who are about mafia black people. Once again, what is her percentage?
I don't know. I can't be able to say.
Now, because my thing is that if she looks like a mestizo, then she probably is in the danger zone.
No, she's not. She wouldn't face that challenge though. She's always gonna pull men
Once again,
to
if
be with
she
her.
looks like a mestizo, yeah, she's in the danger zone.
I mean, you don't live in
Yeah.
reality. You're
For
talking about
you to
practicality.
look
If you're
like a
talking about practicality, if you
brother, do
hold on
you
first.
know what a
If
mestizo is?
no, what is that?
Those are the quote unquote mixed Hispanic, the mixed people in South America. They make up the majority. They're Spaniard and indigenous. So if
Uh,
you look like them, yeah, you are probably 30% or something black.
oh,
You're way in the danger. Like I'm like, you're in the bottom of the ocean danger.
man, that would be very scary if you. That would be very scary if you're the one like in charge of America, or deciding like racial policies in the country.
Once again, dude,
But
what I'm doing is
the
based on
good thing is you're
practicality.
not. So
Even amongst Black Americans, right? If you're somebody who looks Hispanic or Arab, yeah, they're gonna look at you twice too. Come on,
that's no, that's not. Yeah, you're right. I
let you
mean,
come in the room. Let you come in the room looking like an Arab, talking about I'm black, and see how Black Americans look at you.
yeah, because I mean, I get what you're saying
So
though. I mean,
even they understand that hey, there is a cutoff point. When it
oh,
gets too low,
so you
come
mean
on now.
the lighter skinned blacks, they're no black? Is that what you say?
Once again, bro, let's be honest here, right? It depends on the percentages. I've told you that before. We know this. Like, for example, if you look at Barack Obama, right? Barack Obama's light
Yeah,
skin, but Barack Obama, you can tell he obviously can pass as a black person, even with his admixture.
yeah, but I
You
mean
know what I'm
red
saying?
bones. What I mean is red bones.
Yeah, right, yeah. With that now, Barack Obama is somebody who was in danger zone, right? But notice he was able to gain acceptance by what compensating. He got married to a black woman. He essentially African black woman. That's what it's gonna take. If you're not doing that, yeah, you're gonna be put in the in the outsider outcast category. It is what it is.
Man, I get what you're
Like
saying,
the
but I mean,
formula, look, bro, the formula is simple. It applies to all situations. If you have a concern, pull the formula. It'll do the calculations for you.
what you're saying is just crazy, regardless. Because I mean, like I
No.
said,
What I'm
hold
saying
on.
is based on the real world. That's why it works in every situation. It's
It doesn't
based on
work in
real life on the ground.
probably in
Because
America.
look, let's be honest here. And look, I would prefer to hop on that panel and just say you gotta be 100%. But once again, that's not practical, right? So to be practical, I gotta put it at a point where it makes sense.
Yeah, but
Now, somebody says 70%.
you only have an
That's what's
ideology.
high.
Hold on,
60% to
hold on
me,
first.
based on the data, but everything is the fair point for cutoff point. Because I've
Yeah,
seen
but
that below that it is danger.
yeah, but you only have an ideology. You gotta like start a family to promote your ideology. Have your own community to make sure
No,
you
this is
manifest into
based
practice.
on
Ain't nobody gonna
real
listen
life.
to that. What you?
The
There's
way
nobody's
you
gonna
are
listen to that.
treated in America, in the world, is gonna be based on your how you pass off. A lot of time, your phenotype will determine on those percentages. Someone who's over 60%, it's not gonna have the same look as somebody who's below that number. Let's be honest here. There's a reason why I say that. If you're 60% or more, you're gonna look closer to a black person for the most part. When you fall below that number, that's when you start seeing, lighter skin. We start seeing the phenotype change. Come on now, we
Okay,
know this.
so this light skin thing. What is light skin? Do you mean Eurocentric? Do you mean non-black phenotype, like non-Bantu phenotype? Because
Let me just want
Bantu
to say this right,
phenotype
because once again, you can be over 60% and still have like skin features. Like, we still have time, right? The whole idea is a combination of factors. It's a combination. So I bring up, for example, Barack Obama, right?
right?
6%, half. His vision though. But let's just say, but there are people who are over 6% black but may look like him, right? Now, in that situation, they're in the safe zone, although they may have a lot of skin, because they at least have a genetic that is, perhaps beyond that. We can safely assume that, okay, if they get a black person, it'll be the genetics lineage is going to be safe. That's why it's a number, because you're thinking about admixture. If I'm, for example, if you're 60%, right, I'm Jason, and you get with a black woman who's 5%, more than likely the kid is going to be over that percentage, right? There's a good chance you're going to maintain those features, right? Even if you have some lighter skin. So it's based on practicality. The reason why I care about the number, because when you fall below that number, any admixture after that becomes dangerous. Dangerous for the black race, unless you're dealing with somebody who's at least who has the competency for that. It's a numbers game. Because what we don't want to happen, Jason, we don't want grandkids to come out with blonde hair and blue eyes. We're not looking for that.
Nah, we
So
don't want
that's
that.
why. Thank you. That's why those numbers matter. It's to ensure that, hey, even how you look, if we know you're at least in this percentage bracket, we can ensure the kids are not going to, 20 years later, the kids won't come out looking like Taylor Swift. Come on now. That's the point of that. But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Saying.
Okay, wait, who? Okay,
You, I
I'm
think
gonna
you
talk.
listen, right? Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So basically, right. I was gonna say. Let me say this, right. Just bring this out. I don't know
First
if
of
you
all,
know.
Twitter, but I'm sorry. I need to address the comments. I don't care if Jason Horner, if he is personally over 60%,
Guys,
he's in the safe zone.
guys, let the superior Horner speak, okay? Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Now, when
You
it
know,
comes to Jason, if he is over 60%, he is in the safe zone. I have no problem accepting him. The issue is that the group he's a part of, too many of them are in the danger zone. When
I
it
think
comes to individual owners that can come to me and show me they are above the danger zone, they're allowed. But because owners, you guys have to, we're gonna have to do by case basis. It is what it is.
wait, I
Case
have
by
a
case.
wait. Can you
And
hear my
not letting you
argument?
just come into the party.
I
No.
wanna
You
make an
and then
argument.
you and then you show me your card. Okay. 3%? No. 3%? Okay. That's what it's gonna be. Go ahead, 21.
My argument is, if you're at mixed, it makes for a good culture. People who are admixed,
What is
unified,
the percentage?
different. Me,
Yeah,
uh,
percentage.
yeah, I got like Saudi Arabian DNA.
I don't care about that. What percentage of black are you?
Yeah.
I think I'm like 77%.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay. So
well,
what do you look?
if I
What do you
take
look
you
like?
at your
75.
word,
75,
if I
yeah.
take you at your word, then yes, you can join the party. You are in the safe zone. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, I'm not Bantu though. Like I guess safe zone, what safe zone is, but like I'm me,
Dude, brother, black does not just mean, that's the problem I have with the Hornet too. Black is not just Bantu. Do you understand what black means? It means Niger Congo descent. That's really what it means.
I'm not that as well. I'm not
Okay,
that as
what is
well.
Niger
And
Congo?
there's
Do you
no
mean
way you're
what?
77% black.
Because bro, my people don't come from that river, not your Congo River. We don't come from
Okay,
that.
then there's no way
No,
you're
we're talking about
70%
phenotype.
black. So either
We're
you're
talking about
lying to
phenotype.
me or something is not adding up.
No. What I'm saying
We're
is
talking
we're
about
not related.
phenotype.
You talked about two different people,
Now,
Niger
wait a minute, wait a
Congo.
minute. Are you Nilotic?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
Cushitic.
so what is this 70%? What is Sims of black coming from? What
Like,
is it? Because I hope you are not counting
uh,
Habesha and Kush as black. I don't know what's happening.
that's what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's the point of the horror. He hopped on the panel. I said, what percentage are you? He knows what I'm talking about when I say black. He's 70%. Now I'm finding out he's counting the Habesha and the. No, you don't count. Your black card's revoked. 21. Revoked.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
When you say these guys
Habesha
yeah.
black cards
and
revoked,
Kushites do not count. Yes, his black card has been revoked.
why?
He's
Why
now
so?
because Kushites, Habesha do not count as black. They're not black people.
What exactly makes them non-black? Is it the culture?
They are no. Dude, look at their admixture. They're essentially a group who are immensely Eurasian descent when it comes to their admixture. Search up the
Okay,
Habesha.
technically then. Okay, then
Search them up.
technically.
So
Okay,
no, they don't count.
okay, so then technically, then I would be kind of like that because my family has.
Oh, brother Jason, not you too, brother.
Guys, we have another coon here.
Well,
Oh my god, too
I
many
no
coons.
look.
Well, it looks
I
like
have
I have to revoke your. I have to revoke
no,
your
but look,
black
I
card
have a
too.
family member that is also Nigerian,
Brother,
Bantu. I
brother,
have a parent that is Bantu. I have a parent that's Bantu. So what
okay,
does
your
that mean?
friend that is Bantu. So that means you are now. Unfortunately,
One
luckily
is
for
Bantu,
you,
one
that
is like,
puts you in the danger zone. That means you're half and half. So if you're Bantu, now right. What percentage Bantu is your black parent?
Hammer, why don't you respond to Kaiser's
okay,
statement?
that's
Why
a
don't you
good
respond
question.
to
I
Kaiser's
don't really
statement?
know. I mean, they have 4B hair. They
No,
look black,
bro.
but
I have
they
very
black.
clear rules. And by the way, what these two hornets are showing, that's the reason why the hornets to me are just for the most part
I don't have
on a
even.
danger
What?
I
zone.
don't.
Look, bro,
No,
very
no.
what,
obvious
bro?
situations
Malcolm
Stop.
X has done a lot
in
of good
America.
stuff, bro.
And
What
it's
does
not
that
only
mean?
South America.
Like,
There are
whether
these
it's coming
Kaiser,
from
people.
stop
black
this.
or revolt.
There's
We
not
are
only these
look. We've already
50%
revoked 21's
bright
card.
problem.
Right now, Jason's card is under
Your
review.
race
Stop. We
in
gotta review his
charge
card.
that we can
Oh my God,
start
see what he's doing?
fixing these problems. And so,
Right.
not to steer off too far, there are mixed
see what he's
people
doing?
all over the place.
Oh my God, bro.
There are not only mixed people in America. There are not only these 50% bright-skinned, loose-haired people in America. And it's not only South America. There are these people sprinkled all over the place.
Is this
And
guy
you have to
even
remember,
black? He
this
just his
isn't
hair looks
about
straight.
hate.
Exactly,
about
bro.
hate.
Look at his
There are
features.
many
No.
within
He's black.
the
He's
South
black.
Kaiser, what
American
is his percentage?
sphere.
Put in the chat. What's percentage?
He's
But
Nigerian. He's Nigerian. Guys, let's
within
not
Africa
support.
itself,
Let's
He
let,
is.
let, let's
Of
listen
course,
to him
there's
first,
What's the
please.
situation with
percentage? That's what I
South.
need to know.
Guys, look at the skin, bro. This is the type of Bantu that is.
What?
What?
What? Hold on,
He's
hold on.
Nigerian. I'm telling
Kaizo,
you.
put the percentage in the chat.
He's over like 9,000 black. Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
90,000.
this guy's. Look.
Brother,
Let me tell you
I
about
have
this
no
guy.
problem talking to you. From now on, you are horn. That's cool. Now,
Yeah.
Jason, your card is under revoke. Let me know. I have to come to a verdict when it comes to his card. Now, you just said that your father, I think your father is Bantu, right, Jason?
No, my father isn't. He's not. Like, let's
Okay,
just take that.
your mother is
Let's-
Bantu. What percentage Bantu is she?
I would say that technically, looking from the family, I could acknowledge that I've seen they have some family members that be looking kind of odd. Now, I'm aware of black people bleaching their skin, right? But
Mhm.
I've seen one that has a mild, like a light brown complexion, and there's
Okay,
other families
if he
that have
okay,
that.
hold on.
Right?
Okay, if he's 89%, he's in the safe zone. But go ahead, Jason. Answer the question in regards to your mother and how black she is.
She is not a very black woman. But she has a African phenotype. Let's just say that, right? But she's not proper like black. Like she doesn't look like a very African, right?
Mm,
Let me just say that.
that
Then
that that
you
sounds
qualify.
danger zone to me. That sounds dangerous. That
You
sounds
know,
dangerous.
bro.
But Jason,
Guys,
hold on, hold
Because
on.
guys,
Let me say
if she
something though.
looks in the danger zone and your father is not black, no, look, I'm not saying that you can't be quote unquote African. I'm talking about you're not a black group. Once again, even though when it comes to the Horner and the North, but brother, that means if I'm even generous with you, 50% like this bigger. And at
Yeah,
that point, brother, I'm sorry, I gotta revoke your card and put you in the danger zone. So now you're gonna have to them to prove yourself.
yeah, maybe. I mean, Hammer, the way you speak, maybe even back in your homeland, they might even disqualify you from being a true African though. Like the way you
Once
speak
again,
though.
I told you I was like 90%.
Yeah, because I mean, because a lot of times you guys stay in Western society, grow up, embrace their culture, way of thinking. So you
But
think like you have
what
some kind
percentage
of
are you?
authority. What?
What percentage are you?
I don't know. I'm black. I'm a black guy. I mean, I don't really care
Okay,
about
okay.
that. Well,
What
so
what
wait,
if
he's
what
Black
percentage?
American. He doesn't qualify. He's Black
no,
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 American.
no,
I'm
no,
not.
no.
No, I'm not.
It,
I'm
Black
no,
sorry.
American,
it's
bro.
not about that. It's all about the percentages. Now,
It's all.
Black America as a whole do
Okay,
sort of
so
qualify
okay,
because
look,
as a group, they do meet the 60%, threshold. So that's fine with them. But the horror, mm, no.
bro. Look at this
Okay.
dude, Jar.
Now,
Bro,
if
with
I
that name
meet a
Jar,
Horner
you sound to me,
that is a
bro.
bunch
You
I
compliment
will welcome him
that
as
name
one
Jar.
of me. The
Oh,
That
moment
really?
I
name, bro.
find out he
Probably kind of
falls below that number, brother, I'm
bro.
sorry. Your car's be revoked.
Why would you revoke a Honor?
Because if he's below 6%, that he is non-additional. He's not part of the group anymore. He can still be a
Yeah.
Horner. That's his group.
Yeah,
You can
I
still
mean,
fuck this
at the end
woman.
of the day, it depends on where the person chooses to identify himself. Like for instance, you
Yeah,
say
I mean,
This
a
yeah,
lot of the
only
that
times.
is
Hold on, hold on,
applies.
hold
subjective
on.
because I don't know. Okay, let me say something. How am I right? If you're gonna say I'm a horner now, how am I? And I acknowledge that black people may not see me
And
properly
by the
as
way,
black.
brother, I'm not trying to disparage you, right? Look, I'm just, we can still be friends.
But Jason, why would you take
But
Hammer's word seriously though? Why would you take him seriously?
No,
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 I'll
no, no,
take it seriously. Let
because
me tell you why.
because
Because of
what
the
I
fact
am
that there's
saying
animosity
is
towards
based on
people in the
reality,
black
and to
community.
be honest with you, brother,
That's called
what I am
communism
saying is
technically
how
speaking.
most black people globally view themselves. Even the Hornets. That's the reason why the Hornets, because when we look at them, they have too much admixture. Not just me.
But that's a lie. It kind of
Jason,
varies from.
Jason,
No, you're lying
Jason,
though.
I know as a Horner, you have faced a lot of black people questioning you because how you look, right? We're gonna have mixture, all right?
That's true. I got a lot of bullied. I even
Exactly.
have been, I'm
Listen,
saying, right?
how many
But look,
times have black people, pushed you away because you had the admixture? How many times?
a lot.
Exactly.
Almost like I have family
Exactly.
members bullying, all right? So
Exactly.
I get what
It's
you're saying.
not
That's
just
why
it's
I'm
not just
even speaking
humor.
about this.
Black
Those other
people
people just kind of
globally
hide it.
understand this. Okay, they may not use. See, all I'm doing is putting numbers behind it, right? But for black people globally, when you start looking a certain kind of way, they can tell that you fall on the number. So the Horners
Okay.
know this. That's the reason why the Horners, in my opinion, and Jason, I'm right, but I believe that's why you guys identify as black because you know that you will never be fully accepted in that category, right?
No, you
Yeah,
not be accepted as
yeah, but that's a
white.
lie though. But
Exactly,
that's a
right?
lie. I mean,
Because you
I think.
know that because of your admixture, you will never truly meet the standard of what it means to be black. So you just
But
go out of your way to say you're not black, and that's
But
fine.
I think that really stems from misconception. And I think I noticed like this problem kind of like mostly comes from
It's
like
not a problem, brother. It's what needs to happen.
yeah Western
I
societies. But
mean,
hold on first, hold on first. See, when I was in like in Turkey, the honors that I met, I mean, when I was like even the lead of African Student Association, they were part of like we relate with them like there was no even issue. There's no even a confusion.
And yeah, there's no problem with that. There's no problem. Look, hold on. Okay. Zango. Do you have white friends?
Yes, I do a lot. I mean. where I work everywhere. I mean, in
Do
America so
those
far.
white friends, okay, do those white people have to consider you white for them to be your friends?
Not necessarily.
Exactly. That's the point. I don't have to consider you black to be your friend.
Yeah, but I'm talking
That's
about
not
being
the
part
thing.
of
So
like
I have no problem being friends with Horner. I'm just saying that if these are the criteria for the group. So the
Right.
same way a white person can say, hey, Zongo, you're not white, but I can still be your friend. Same thing with a Horner. You're not black, but I can still be your friend. Two different
you.
things.
Okay, let me clarify. What I met a lot of Ethiopians.
Right.
See, like I met a lot of
I have
Ethiopians
no
and
problem with
Somalis.
Horners,
Though,
right?
hold on.
They're just not black. But go ahead.
Yeah, I met a lot of Ethiopians and Somalis, and they didn't have this kind of confusion because we speak on like on a deeper level. I mean, having a conversation like that, I think the problem always like stems from like in the Western like atmosphere. Like they have these confusions and it
But wait,
seems
hold
to
on,
me the
hold
kind of
on, hold
hold
on,
on
hold
hold
on.
on hold on hold on first
Yeah.
hold on because the kind of honors that I met over here, their way of thinking was different from the one that I met when I was even in Cyprus though or Turkey.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It'll be
their
fine.
thinking, their way of life is completely different.
and
So I
and the
mean,
rules don't change, brother. Okay,
oh,
Meghan Markle can think she's white. If she does not meet the requirements by white people to be white, is she white? No, she's not. I don't care what they think. These are the rules. But Kaizo, somebody in the chat said that you're Paul Horner. Now, brother, I am hoping that you're over 60%. I'm hoping, brother. I'm hoping now you are Kenyan, so that
so
gives you some
how
hope
much?
that.
So how much you mean to tell me if you go back to your homeland,
Okay, thank you, brother.
your
Hey,
people,
thank you, brother. Thank you.
your
Go ahead.
your people, if you go back to your homeland, your people are gonna accept you? Because like, do you think like them? Do you act like them? Because most people on continental Africa, they don't think like in terms of your color. Are you culturally similar to them? That's what really matters to them. They
Brother,
don't give a damn
what you
about
was
skin color.
talking about, you're trying to conflate culture and race, which are different things.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
Obviously,
was
obviously, right? A white American who goes to Europe is not gonna have the same culture because they've been serving for 100 years. What are we talking about here?
exactly. I mean, you were just
But
proving
they
my point. I'm saying like,
understand that they're white, right?
yeah. And the point I'm
Do
trying to say is
do
that, and the
do
point
hold
I'm
on,
trying to say is that,
hold on. Do
and
white
your point.
Europeans white Europeans may say that white Americans are not cultured, but do white Europeans deny the fact that they're white?
Oh, but it doesn't mean nothing though. The point I'm trying
No,
to say is
no,
that
it
the
does
point. No, no.
because you're talking about race, not culture.
But if there's a
Joe
clash,
Biden can go to the UK and talk about the Queen, everything.
okay, but
Not,
you're
these
always speaking
people
about
are not
Biden
gonna
going to elsewhere. But let's
white
put Biden
Americans have
aside.
not been in you.
Let,
No, no,
let's
no.
let's put
I'm
Biden.
referring
Let's talk
to
about you. Let's talk about you. When you go back, do you think you're gonna relate with them easily?
culturally, probably not, but the point that's not
It's
the
gonna be a
point.
cultural clash.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but that's not hold up, hold up. But that's the issue, right? That's normal, but that's not race, and that's what I'm talking. That's a different thing. I'm
so
talking
so
about race here.
so what is the point of making all this distinction? What's the goal?
The same way white because it's
God,
about
God,
But
lineage
what is
here.
the end goal? What's the
in
end goal
common
of
sense.
creating that
The
distinction?
You
end
know these
goal is
people
to
Caribbean,
protect
bro.
the
That guy's
lineage
mixed.
of the people there.
Caribbeans are mixed, bro.
So
They
how can you
just
See,
mix.
protect? How can you?
hold up.
But how can you
Right.
protect the lineage if you can't even relate with them?
This is what I'm talking about, right? The fact that you can't even you're confusing yourself over race and
You're half
culture.
like me.
This is why I kept saying that black men have a
That name,
problem.
that name. I don't know
I
no
don't know how to
Why
Africans
fix
that
the
is
have
it
that,
problem.
that
bro.
a Chinese person can be in California for almost 2, 3, 4 generations? And yet Chinese people can understand that although they're Americanized, they're still Chinese descent. White Americans can be here for almost 400 years, and white Europeans understand they're still white European, even though they may be culturally
Yeah,
different.
but it's more than that.
Only black men have this problem where they just can't understand these differences.
No, no,
Fine.
no. I
Just
think you
tell
just.
me you're low IQ and you don't understand race and culture. That's fine. Go ahead and tell
No,
me that.
it has nothing to do with that.
Do you understand race and culture?
I think it's more than that. I mean,
Do you understand race and culture?
I think it's more than just race
Do
alone.
you
The
understand
culture.
the
I think
difference
the
between
race.
race and
Hold on.
culture?
The race and the culture
Okay,
goes
see,
intertwined.
okay,
It's
Jason,
both
go ahead. Okay,
intertwined.
now I know
It's
he's low
both
IQ. Go ahead,
it's
Jason.
both intertwined. The race and
What?
culture is both intertwined.
No, it's not.
It's,
It's not the same thing.
if you go
Do
back to
white
continental,
Americans have the same culture as
I mean,
white Europeans?
you are always speaking about white America. We're speaking about. I
Yes,
mean,
because
this
they are
base.
the perfect example. They're a
Okay,
group of people who left the continent and have been separated for hundreds of years. They're the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Do
but
white
Okay.
Americans
So,
have the same culture as white Europeans?
see,
yeah.
the point I'm trying to say is
Right.
that if
So,
Do
you,
white America no, because I'm trying to
don't go.
expose
Come
how low
on.
IQ you are. Do white Americans have the same culture as white
I
Europeans?
don't want to know about white Americans. I'm
Do
talking about
white
you, like
Australians,
someone
do
like you.
white
When you
South
go back to,
Africans have the same culture as white Europeans?
because you believe, cause I mean,
Do white Zimbabweans have the same culture? Do white New Zealand, do white Canadians have the same culture?
hey,
Do
Jason,
they?
you want to go next?
Do
Because I
they?
mean,
Right. Let me
you can
No.
just.
go.
Jason,
Okay. Wait.
Jason, don't save him. Don't, because I'm trying to expose them for the low IQ
I
of the
don't I
year.
don't want to speak about white Americans though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of
Yeah.
having this kind of conversation.
I
He
yo.
literally,
Jungle. Yeah. Go on.
Jason, he literally cannot answer the question of
No,
do
I
these
don't want to
people
speak
have the
about
same
it.
culture?
I mean,
No,
I don't want
No,
to
because you
speak
don't.
about
You're
it.
not qualified to answer. That's
you
why.
know what the
No, I
answer
don't
is,
want to.
right?
No, I don't
You
want to
know
speak
what
about
the
that.
answer is.
I don't
The
want to speak
answer is
about that.
no. The answer is no, which
Hammer
proves
is
my
saying
point.
he's honest. I'll be honest.
White
Hammer,
Canadians
you guys
don't
are
have the
actually
same culture as
gaslighting. I
white
saw the
Europeans.
comments right
White
about
people
Hammer
around the world have
being
different
like
cultures.
some sort of
But
like
does that stop them
badass.
from being white? No. Meaning race and culture are not the same. Thank you
Racing
for being
culture.
low
I
IQ.
think culture is something that people like adapt due to their phenotype and what
Environment,
they
yeah.
eat and everything and all that.
Race
So
is more genetic based. It's more about
yeah,
genetics for the most part. It's
true.
not the same thing. See,
So I
this
look.
is
I'm
why I
I'm happy.
don't respect a lot of black dudes on these panels.
Hammer.
One
The
with the
issue is
low
that you're
IQ.
asking.
Dr.
Hammer,
Umar,
you're
bro,
asking
that
the
guy
wrong
is fake, bro. Same with what's this dude's name?
Mhm.
O'Shea G Jackson. That dude is stupid, bro. I'm telling you, that dude out here be like on his picks or on his average picks. This dude trying to act like he's some pro black person when all his images be like basically white passing biracials, not even like the darker skin. They white passing curly hair girls,
I'm like,
always showing them. And then he even
yeah,
be talking about Ethiopians, Eritreans, like he be saying the type of black girls he could be dating. Like I literally, there's a
yeah.
video out there, bro. These dudes they be lying, bro, that they pro black.
But
That's why
listen,
like, black people are not gonna be
Yeah, I
like.
mean,
I don't think
see,
they're
like
gonna be
the
successful.
way you
see,
kind of talk. See, like the way I like.
shut
See,
up.
I like the fact
Don't
that
go prove the point I'm talking about
no,
when I said earlier that black men have a mentality problem. I would have never had this issue if I was talking to a white dude and Asian dude
see,
because they would have understood immediately the difference.
yeah, but I get what you're
I
saying. See,
speak to
listen to
I
what I'm
speak to a
saying.
Chinese guy. Say, hey, this Chinese person from Jamaica. Are they part of the lineage? Yeah, they are. They never know culture. They are right. They understand religion and culture. Only when it comes, but see, I know what it is, right? All you're trying to do is find proxies to fuck non-black women. Just go ahead and do that.
I
Stop
mean,
that. You just do
put
that.
that one aside. Put that.
But don't come on the
I mean,
panel and
if you
gas
wanna
up.
Wait,
We're not doing
look,
that.
if you wanna
You're
limit the
presenting the wrong
conversation,
question. Yeah,
And
if you wanna limit the
Kaizo,
conversation to Western
Kaizo, brother.
societies, it kind
Your
of makes
Hammer.
people
sense,
in the
right?
chat are accusing you of busting on a whole woman. Is that true?
Hammer. You're asking the
The
wrong question.
accusations that you're out here dicking down horny women, Kaizo, are these accusations through Kaizo?
No. It's not true. She's Kenyan.
It's not.
But
It's not true. Okay.
Hammer,
Okay.
Hammer.
Hold up. Wait
Here's
a minute.
the
Wait a
thing.
minute. What? Here's the nationality. What percentage is she?
She's from my tribe, Hammer, and I'm black. So clearly,
Okay.
yeah.
Y'all
So you
just
see,
telling me no because you know how Kaizo is. But go ahead.
right. Now, Hammer, you're asking the wrong question. Okay, for someone like Jason, let's say Jason is in the danger zone. You should be asking him, Jason, are you
He's
going
in
to
a
marry a
deep
black
danger. Like
woman?
there's a super danger zone, bro. It's crazy. But go
Ask
ahead.
him, Jason, are you going to marry a black woman and continue the black race, or are you going to marry outside of that? That's the question you should be asking him to see if you
I
can trust
already
him.
said that there is a caveat for those who find themselves right. They have to compensate for being in the danger zone. So you're gonna have to showcase a Malcolm X kind of mentality. Okay, a Bob Marley kind of
But
mentality.
didn't Malcolm X go into Arabia and start worshiping the Arabs and saying that it's all
Yes,
love,
yeah,
peace,
that
and
was literally
unity?
his like sort of coding. So
So
that's a problem. But when I say that, I'm talking about when he had that black mentality, right? That's what I'm referring to. You need to have that for the rest of your life.
But Kaizo, like you've heard what Hammer is saying, right? But if you have really been in Black America, you understand that even all his theory doesn't, it literally doesn't make sense. Because in Black America, if you're light skinned, you're gonna be taken at the highest level in Black America. You don't have to do much to be praised.
Yeah, but
That's the
that's
reality in Black
colorless.
America. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Now
What
that's actually
you
quite
mean for for the
ironic
men?
because
That's not true, bro. For the men, it's females, bro. I'll be honest.
yeah,
It's
the
most
females, yeah, the
females.
men don't
Because
get
look,
less
let me
of it.
see from my perspective, right? Okay, the only difference maybe could be jobs, right?
Yeah,
And
but you,
like kind of like
but
walking
I'm
around.
not speaking
That's
about. I'm
it.
talking about their community. Where they forget about where do you go to find jobs because the jobs are mostly owned by white people. Talking about their community.
Even brother,
You don't have to do
even
much
within
to be
the
raised to the highest pedestal in Black America. You don't have
yes,
to do
you
much.
do have colorism that's in there, but brother,
Yeah,
let's be
okay.
honest
So
here.
what are you talking about?
Even
That theory
within
you're talking about, that
yeah,
garbage
because
you're talking
there's view
about.
that us closer to whiteness. But even within that, those people get attacked a lot because their blood is always under always questioned all times. Ask somebody who's light skinned. How many times do they get made fun of for that? How many times are they questioned for being black because they're viewed as having all this admixture? Ask them.
You
Don't tell
keep
them the story.
you can't gatekeep the race.
Although they
I
may get
mean,
pedestalized for being proxy, to the of being admixed, they also get demonized because they're viewed as being as not being purely black. That's the other side nobody talks about.
That's true.
So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to
globally,
you. For me personally, I'm more like I mean, to some extent, I'm more like culturist like person though. If I was in Africa, I was gonna marry someone.
Zongo, I truly despise you because you represent everything I hate about the black male mentality.
Yeah,
You
but
represent
if I was going to back,
everything I
if I
hate
was
about black male mentality.
yeah, if I was gonna go back to Africa, man, I'm gonna stick to my
How
own
many
like
times do
stuff.
I have to slap you down, bro? I'm tired. I've slapped you down like 20 times already. It's getting annoying. You know, a little kid comes, a little fly, you can slap in the fly. Go away, fly. I don't got time for this. You're obviously not on my level intellectually. It's okay. But see, even someone like me, we get tired. We have to educate low IQ people. Go do some research first on go, then engage in the conversation. Because slapping down low IQ folks, it's fun for a while, but it does get boring. It really does.
Yeah, but I mean, to be frank with you though, I mean, see
It's still going. It's
the fact that you speak. Hold on first.
still going.
The fact that you speak with such authority, assuming like you
Yeah,
have higher
because
IQ.
facts are
Hold on
behind me,
first. Hold
brother.
on first. The fact that you speak with such a high authority,
Yes.
thinking that you have high IQ than me shows that you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know who I am.
You
You don't know what I
literally
have.
did,
Hold
did
on first.
not
Oh,
specify the
because
Hold on.
difference
Hold on. Hold
between
on.
race and culture.
No,
Get
but it
the fuck
doesn't
out of my
matter.
face.
No, it doesn't really
It
matter.
does matter because that
It
was
does.
one of the most simplest
But
concepts that you
but
could
that
not
alone,
articulate.
but that
I'll
alone
be
does
honest.
not okay. That alone does not justify you to tell like you have
Yes,
higher
it
IQ
does
than me.
No, no,
justify
it does.
because
It does
if
because we
No,
have
it
to
does
somebody
speak
not.
about
does not
reality
understand the
and
It
like
does not.
basic
logic.
difference
It
Come
does
on,
not.
between
we have
race
to.
and
We can't
culture,
really
and they're a black man in this world, you're low IQ to me.
That,
Okay, look,
Because
look, look.
you're the
Yo,
type
hey,
yo,
of
have,
black man that will get lynched somewhere because of how W you look are. You'll go somewhere and some white nigga about we're all the same. Before I know it, you're being hanging on a tree somewhere. You're
bruh.
that's you. I
it's
wouldn't be surprised if 10 years from now I find you somewhere being killed by non-black. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how ignorant you are. All it takes is for a non-black female to drop her drawers and you're over there. And
Yeah, and
all
you
of a
destroy
sudden,
the dignity of the
yeah,
black race,
exactly.
bro.
All of a sudden, 2 hours later, a black man
And
was found
Black Lives
homosexual.
Matter.
No, you're right.
Oh, this inferiority. Oh, because you're black. This type of stuff is caused by people like you, bro. Come on, we can't stop. We can't continue this mentality. Black people already have mental problems. They already have sickness. And Zongo, when you keep on saying this stuff, like kind of hiding away from the questions, you're just showing the reality of black people, black men
but
especially in
Yeah,
particular.
I mean,
but
but Hammer, like
just
You have inferiority.
just
You
said
have
flip that right.
inferiority. I don't have
Yeah,
exactly authority complexity, but I do have maybe probably compared to everyone has their mentality compared to other races because of
yeah.
status,
See,
I
race,
mean, but if
money,
I'm
all
gonna
that.
listen to anybody, I'm not gonna listen to anybody from this channel. When I come on this channel, I'm just here to have like, for me, it's just like entertainment for me, though.
Yeah, okay, so
okay,
that
Fly,
means you're
It's
just
like
showing
Fly.
entertainment for
no,
me, though.
Okay,
you
okay,
don't
that's
show
fine.
interest for the black
It's like
race, despite
entertainment for
you
me.
show people.
No, no, no.
When I was here, even like online, following this conversation, I was working online. I was making money. I'm literally making money and still on a panel with you having this kind of conversation.
Y'all
And then
see this?
yeah,
Y'all see
yeah.
this? You had a poll in the chat where folks were talking about they're gonna get what 90% or more. That's what I'm talking about. That's how much they push
What's the
whiteness.
point of doing this anyways? Like breeding a black woman when you already have self hate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're probably gonna leave those kids. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to
The
say is
only
that
ones that do. Let's be honest. I'm not even gonna say this, right? The ones that I think that are like multiracial black men or like horner black men, right? I think most of them, if they date black women, right, I think they actually stay with the women. Let's be honest. 'Cause I think horner black men don't have that inferiority complex and they're actually attracted to the woman. The woman they date is usually attractive, not like some woman that wear a wig and weave and that. But I think that they don't have that mentality where they will marry some woman and then leave. I mean, I'm
Caesar,
aware that they do that, but they don't. It's not like compared to black men because of the fact that black men would have inferiority. I mean, they do that to European women. You know what I'm saying? Like they do that to every
I
race.
mean, I mean,
So
like when you say like protecting the race, if you go back to continental Africa, I mean, there's a lot of black people over there. You don't have to worry about trying to protect an African race because majority of them are like that. The whole
once again,
issue of
okay,
the
okay.
whole problems you have
You
is
don't
mostly,
get the problem. You and by the way, there
oh
is a
my
threat.
goodness, Lord,
You
man.
got North Africans right there encroaching, but we just saw the Arabs, right? The
Oh my,
Arabites push black people down into South Sudan. They
I
took
mean,
all of North Sudan.
the
What are
thing,
we
the thing
talking
is,
about?
the thing is though about North
Explain.
Africans, right?
so like you don't
You gotta
consider? Do you
understand they
consider?
only white. Okay, so
Hold on,
don't
Jason,
treat them like they
hold
white.
on, Jason.
Go on.
So you consider like the Sudanese? You don't consider Sudanese as part of like the black Africans? Is that what you're saying?
Based on what I have,
No,
South
we mean
South
people of
South
multiracial
Hold
background
on,
Sudan.
of
Jason.
all
Let me ask him a question.
phenotypes of
Do
all
you know what
people.
South,
Sudan means? You know what Sudan means?
I'm not talking about the
you
region
have
because
Hold
the
on.
okay.
Yankees are
But you know
black.
what?
Sudan
Hold on. Let
was
me ask him.
Yankees
You
are
know what
proper
Sudan
shit.
means?
No,
Sudan means
Sudan.
in Arabic.
talking
You know
about
what
black
that
race.
means in Arabic?
Yeah, I
What
think it
black?
means black something, right? Yeah,
It means the land of
that's
the black people. So it depends.
yes,
Yeah,
So the whole problem that you
yes.
guys have
That's
is that,
what. Hold up, hold up.
yeah,
That's
but
what
hold
it's
on.
called. But what is actually happening on the ground? The actual black people have been pushed down south, right? All
Which
the
is the
real
actual black?
blacks
Even in the northern
have been
part.
okay,
pushed.
then let's even talk about
See,
something. Look,
The
look,
and that's the
hammer, hammer,
problem.
hammer,
And that's the
the
problem.
people in
guys,
Sudan
let me
now are
say this very
Arabized.
important.
Let's
Let me
not
say
do
this.
that.
Oh,
Let
so
me say this.
does that
Let me say
disqualify
this.
them from being black? I mean, you
Look, let
crazy.
me say this. This is very
Based
important. I
on
have
the
to bring
numbers
this up,
I've seen,
guys.
they fall below the
You have
60%
no
rate.
knowledge
Based
of
on what
that.
I've
And see,
seen,
Hammer,
and
unless
hammer,
that's
y'all
let
can
me
produce the
bring this
and,
up,
numbers.
right?
and that's why your argument
Hammer,
doesn't make sense.
let
Because
me let
No,
here,
me
no,
let
no,
me
no.
bring this up, right? Do you
Based
realize
on the
there was
number that I've seen, but they lit, dude. The reason why they even split up was because they identify as Arabs, not Black Africans.
man, but there are black Africans in
They no,
Sudan.
no, Zango. You do realize that the Sudanese do not identify as Black Africans, right?
Yes, they do.
They don't.
I've
That's
worked with
South
them. I know.
Sudan.
I
That's
know.
South.
That's a lie.
I don't
You
care
don't know them.
about
You
your
haven't
your,
met them.
your, your small exceptions. The
Oh
country
yeah,
itself,
my
the nation
God.
itself, identifies Arabs. That's what they call the Arab League. They
But
don't
listen,
identify as Black Africans.
you see. So when you said someone has low IQ, I'm
Okay,
literally
once
laughing.
again,
Hold on,
why did
listen.
South Sudan break away from Sudan? Why
You
that happened?
crazy. So you speak English and you still identify yourself as black,
Zongo,
right?
why did South Sudan break away from North Sudan?
They probably have different culture in terms of maybe their religion
So
is not the
you don't
same.
even know the reason. Okay, Jason, go ahead.
okay. So I was gonna say this, right? So this whole thing about like what black is and all that Sudanese, like you're saying, if Sudanese is black, I think
No,
that
no, no,
it's
no,
your
no.
phenotype
Sudanese are
because
not. South Sudan is, North Sudan is not. They're the Arabis. Go ahead.
No, they
okay,
are
okay,
black.
so
They are
They're
black and they speak
Arabis. No, no.
Arabic. Yeah,
okay,
it's nothing
They're,
okay,
from
no,
that.
no,
so
no. They're not.
basically,
They
They are.
wow,
themselves would say they're Arabs. Let's not do
No,
that. Go ahead.
they are
no,
black
that's crazy.
Arabs. They are, because you don't speak
Okay, so
Arabic.
black.
So
What
hold
is
on,
black?
Jason. Hold
No.
on, Jason. You don't speak Arabic, so you can't tell. You know,
The
there are
That's
several instances.
country,
Hold
the
on first.
people
Hold on.
themselves say they're not Black Africans. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
what are you? Did they tell you that personally? Have you met
That was
Sudanese
the whole
personally?
point of them splitting with South Sudan.
It has nothing to do with race, though. It
Yes,
wasn't
it
on race.
did.
You are crazy, because if you go to Sudan right now, you see dark skinned black
Yes,
people
you
over there.
do see people who look like that, but they will tell you they're not Black Africans. They're
Oh no,
Arabs.
you crazy, man. You have okay.
So
There's no
that's
even
not
point
okay.
having this conversation
Go, go,
with you,
no, no, go question. No, go
because
check.
literally, because
Because you
literally,
honestly don't know. I
because
can't believe you don't know this.
man,
You
you can
don't
be. You,
know the
hold
hold
on,
So you
hold on.
hold up, Zongo. You genuinely don't know that the reason why they broke away is because they identify more as Arab descent with an Arab lineage.
But was it on racial ground though? It
Yes, it's
wasn't.
on the racial grounds.
yes, I guess
When
it's in racial
people say
ground.
they're
You
Arab,
see, you
it's
think
racial.
no, that's not true.
I actually
It is
think that.
racial.
Let me tell you
See,
why. Because if you go
hold
on
on, hold on.
Google,
See,
You
because
know
like
what?
there's a region in Sudan. Even they have issues with like even present day Sudan. What's the name of the place? Um, they have a long-standing dispute over there, like the in Sudan, not even South Sudan, a region in Sudan, Darfur. You mean to tell me Darfur
Caesar.
people are?
It's Caesar. It's crazy how this guy does not know that the whole split was really racial. Yes, you had religion and other stuff, but it was mostly racial.
It was not mainly on racial ground though,
It
because
was
in
mostly
Sudan,
racial.
In
They don't
Sudan,
identify as Black Africans, and to be fair, a lot of them are mixed with Arabs, so I can't really blame them. So no, when they say that, I say, yeah, man, that's not you're not wrong for
I
saying
see
that.
where we have this kind of confusion now, because it seems like you your whole
That's
mentality is
literally what they say.
in the
I'm not
way.
putting words in their mouth. They will say this.
I've
Go to
literally I've
Sudan and tell them that they're the same as Black Africans. See what happens to you.
no. I've met
See if you
Sudanese.
don't get your throat cut.
Yeah, I've literally met Sudanese. You know,
Yes, you
like
have individual
Sudanese,
people. I'm talking about the group.
and they're
You're
from
always
Sudan.
gonna have exceptions.
Oh my God, it's like exception. But
Yeah,
who
you're
divide a
always gonna
region?
have exceptions, but the
But
group, the
who
state
divides a
itself,
region? Who divides a region on racial ground? Who
dude.
does that?
They
Are you
okay.
crazy?
Let me
At the
ask
end
you
of
a
the day,
question.
it has a lot more
Why
to do with
do North
economic reasons.
Africans identify as Arab?
It has a lot to do with more economic
I
reasons rather than
I
just
don't
Why
I
do
don't
religious
think
North
or tribal
Africans
bullshit.
I
identify
think
with their Middle Eastern heritage or the Middle Eastern? Why do they do that?
Why do what?
Why do North Africa identify as Arab? Identify more with the Middle East? Identify more with the Arabic or no a Middle Eastern heritage? Why do they do that?
Not all of them identify that. If
The vast majority do. They will call you a sub-Saharan African in a minute, Zongo. What are you
yeah,
talking about?
they don't look black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they
so
don't
when the
look.
president of Tunisia is saying that we are Arabs and not Africans, what do you think he means?
Yeah, but the same Tunisian will tell a Sudanese guy
When
he's
the
black too.
president of Tunisia says he's an Arab, not an African, what does he mean?
Hey,
When the president of Tunisia said we are Arabs, not African, what do they mean when they say that?
but I'm saying that the
Is
same
that
Tunisian.
religion? Because most of Africans were Muslim, right? So why did he say they're not African?
But it's not about Tunisia. You're speaking about Sudan. Because I'm
Okay,
saying, because I think
okay. You know what, Zongo, I'm done.
yeah,
Jason, go ahead.
you conflicting yourself, because there's no. You said the
No,
same
you
Tunisian.
obviously are not
that.
educated on what's going on.
No,
The
you
fact
conflicting
that
yourself.
you didn't even know what the whole point of what he was saying, you don't even know
I
how
get what you
North
say.
Africans separate themselves. Stop.
Yeah, but I'm telling you the
That's a
same. Because
basic
Okay,
fact.
I think all,
why do you
why are
think
you
they do
raising your
this? I
voice there?
think it's
Hold on,
because of Arabs and Europeans, right? I
hold on.
think that Arabs and Europeans literally like divided them because look, if you even
No,
go and
they
talk, right,
themselves,
you got the
dude.
Tutsi and the Hutu. Have you heard of that? The Tutsi and Hutu. Do you know Rwandan people,
Yeah,
right?
that
Rwanda.
was a tribal situation. That wasn't racial. When it
Yeah,
Yeah,
comes
man.
to North Africa, let's be honest here. They're not black. So they're not poor. I have no problem with North Africa because they're telling the truth. They're not black. If you look when they take a DNA test, the vast majority of the genetics is not black. It's Mediterranean or Middle Eastern. So they're not wrong when they say that. When you go to the Horners, yeah, a large part is not black. Even North Sudan, a lot of them, when you take that bits
Have
I've
you been
seen,
to Sudan
a
before?
lot,
Have you been to Sudan? Have you been there before? Sudan?
I've never been to the country, no.
I mean, you haven't met even Sudanese before. I mean, all what you're saying is just based on assumption.
No, what
It's
I'm
not
saying
on
is
There's a
based
there's a
on
large
facts
hold
it's
on.
and
not on
what they have
assumption. It's
literally
not
There's
said.
a lot.
on
See,
assumption.
there's a large chunk
Okay,
I
of
think
them.
that
Zongo, do
I
I
think
need to hold up? Do I need to go to Tunisia to
you
know
gotta stop
that
being
they
delusional,
don't identify
bro.
as black?
Yeah, but they never divided
Do
on racial
I
ground,
need
though.
to go to
They're division.
Tunisia to say
We
that they don't have black? We're saying retarded.
Why you keep on avoiding the question? This is
See,
exactly why
see.
this
In the case
question
Because
of
is
because
done.
Tunisia,
because, because Jason,
listen.
it's
Hold
sad.
on, listen. Let me respond to that. I agree what you're saying, but the same Tunisian will also call a Sudanese as a black person who's an Arab.
Yes, not that part. I will agree with, right? It's weird
And so why
because
would you say
the
like
most pure
Sudanese were like separated from the
because
South Sudan?
both sides don't fit the criteria. They're all in the danger zone. Both the North African and the mixed corner and the mixed North Sudanese are both. This doesn't matter to me. Yeah, the
See,
North
let me.
African is
So
further
Hammer. So Hammer.
deeper.
Let me
Uh-huh.
educate you on something though. Let me educate you something a little bit.
No,
If you go
I
like,
don't need. No. I
yeah,
don't need from you.
yeah, but I mean, regardless, you hear like because there's a lot of like viewers over here, right? If you go to South Libya, right, there's like dark skinned people over there in southern part of Libya. They are Libyans. They have their own indigenous culture over there, but because majority of
You
them,
mean the same Libya that was selling black African slaves? That was selling slave
no,
auctions?
oh my goodness,
I'm like, it just,
can I make
it's
my point? Because
dude.
I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the
Those
audience.
people are treated like second class citizens. What are you talking
Can I
about?
speak?
Yeah,
Can
the
I make?
darker skin ones as well. They get problems. I saw an image
It's
right
like
of a
you
Can I
darker
put?
keep
skinned
Let me
just
put
Libyan.
my
Okay,
no.
although
I'm not. You
he had a gun, he was attacking. He was
yeah.
like attacking a Bantu,
Oh
right?
You
He was
quote
darker
so
skinned.
many.
man.
He's
Yeah,
lower class than
Jason.
the European
I
passing
said
one.
Southern
Zongo,
Libya.
it's just this is sad, Zongo. This see Zongo, and look, and look, JJ said no offense to you, but if Zongo was a horner, I wouldn't care because it wouldn't be. But the fact you're a black man speaking like this, it makes me even more angrier.
Right, I get what you're saying.
It
Yeah,
makes
I
me
mean,
more
I don't
madder
care.
because, like, at
I'm
least
aware
someone
that.
like Jason is Abby can at least pass somewhere. You don't even look at him and you're speaking like this. How can you
Man,
be this delusional about how
It's,
North
I mean,
Africans view you?
okay.
but it's very.
This
Oh
is
my
why black
goodness! Oh
people
my god!
have a
Oh my god!
global
Yeah,
image of
yeah,
poverty and
exactly.
suffering because
Yeah,
they
it's
can't
just
advocate for pride. They can't look. The reason black people are poor or like mentally right is because whatever you do, like some guy was saying, I don't know. I think he left. Whatever you do, yeah, you whenever you do something, you become good at it, and then you're known for it, right? If people were known for a certain thing, people would want to relate to that because it's a positive thing. Now imagine they make that as an image and ethnicity. Black people don't want to do that because people like Zongo, right? Let's be honest, come on, are delusional about this type of problems in
yeah,
the
they are.
world. They're kind of just continuously like avoiding things, like saying, "Okay, this
I'm
is
not.
not
I'm
going
not.
on." This
I'm
type of
not.
stuff.
Because the thing is, I'm well traveled than you guys. You know, you just staying in America, just have. Oh, you, Jason, probably in the UK, just having a conversation. I've literally
Yeah,
met
Yeah,
the
but
no,
you
people
no,
in
no,
still
those
no.
got
regions.
no look. We know that there's self hate
I've,
in Africa as well because
met those
Yeah,
people in
yeah,
those.
because
because
there's people
Let me
that
tell you
bleed through
something. I'm
skin.
trying to explain a point, and you're not even allowing me to make the point. I said I've personally met people from southern Libya, indigenous southern Libya. They have Libyan passport. I'm not talking
yes.
about the black migrant from the other regions. Listen
And
first.
how are they treated in Libya? How
I'm
are
saying
black Libyans treated there?
you didn't let me make my point. And I'm saying they have their own indigenous culture, right? But a lot of them have been Arabized to think they're Arab. Because and you over here calling them they're Arabs. But mostly it was something done by Gaddafi against them. And they don't see themselves as Arabs. And you are here telling them, oh, all of them are one. You want to exclude them
Once
from
again,
them.
what did I say? Not only are they heavily, not all of them, but a lot of them are heavily Arabs. They were number one, right? But number two, they identify that they're Arabs at several times. That was one of the main reasons for why that split in Sudan happened. It wasn't just because they identified, but many of them are
I'm talking about
actually
southern
mixed with
Libya.
that.
I'm talking about southern Libya. I mean, Sudan,
even with Southern Libya. I would
you wanna.
love to see the percentages of blackness for Southern Libya. But you know what? What's probably gonna happen is that when I look at those numbers, it's gonna be more below 6%. Be very, very admixed. They're
No, they're
probably
not.
gonna be in the danger zone.
I personally met Libyans with Libyan passport. We're like more like West Africans. Personally, went to the same
Yes,
college, doing
but
Libyan
once again,
scholarship and everything.
we are
Yeah,
looking at the group here. I know
yeah, but I mean, but
collectively,
he was speaking from his tribe, though. You hear like talking about like
and even when it
Cuba
comes
and
to
the
his
whole group
tribe,
thing.
I look, okay, what is
Oh
the
my
admix for that
goodness!
tribe?
I
And
told you
once
earlier
again,
how you look like. I told you. Didn't you hear what I
yeah,
said?
him as personally, but that's into his tribe.
He speaks for his tribe. I mean, it's like me, for
He can
instance. I
speak
stay.
whatever he wants to speak. We gotta see numbers.
Oh my goodness!
We gotta see
Yeah, he
numbers.
doesn't.
Numbers tell
He's
the
not
truth.
responsible to me, so he
People
don't
will
know
just, yeah,
that. I mean,
exactly. So, so,
you can
so, so
just
don't claim him then if he's not responsible.
you'll be here on YouTube just making some like some
Okay.
illogical like
Anyway,
theory stand
To be honest,
standing thing.
that's you
You
know what.
tell me
Anyway,
who
Jason.
is accepted or who's
Okay,
not.
Jason. Do you not understand what I gotta deal with in terms
I don't
of
understand what
black
you
men?
do.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I
you don't
understand.
have that.
I
Well,
think
I'm
that
not
look, let me
responsible
say
to you though. I
something.
don't listen to you. I come from my own group. I don't think for you. I mean, I
You
don't
I
can
want to.
say
think
whatever.
that look,
Yeah, man,
Think
you come
Cameroon,
from
clearly.
all the way
let
from
me say
Cameroon,
something,
man.
right?
Like,
So
Zongo,
basically, right, I
it's
think
go
that
ahead, Jason.
this thing with black people is something to do with animosity between each other. So every human envies each other because of things they desire and things they want, right? So black people, they have this thing where there's this envy between, either females because of the way they look, right, or the way people identify, the way they present themselves, type stuff, right? So you see, like Zongo, I don't know, I don't know if that's him in the profile, whatever, right? Zongo, his mentality is someone that's kind of in denial. So he's in Africa,
Yes,
he's saying all
exactly.
these things, right? And the thing is, the things in Africa affect him because even if he's in Africa and he thinks he's safe,
I'm not in
Europeans
Africa. I'm in
still
the
come
U.S. right
to
now.
Africa. They still
I'm in.
exploit in Africa. They go to the country and they colonize that country, right? They
Mhm.
do stuff, whatever. And eventually, he's going to want to come to Europe. And then he's going to experience what's going on here. You get what I'm saying, right? So I think that this is something to do with black people self-image. I think it's when
Yeah.
they look at themselves, right, they may say, oh, they're not attractive. They're not realizing that it's nothing to do with race. You don't realize like it's everything. It's just how you look. Like if you look ugly, you're just ugly. If you don't look ugly, then uh, you probably don't have self-hate. You probably don't have that inferiority complex. But it's most black people, they have this mentality of self-denial. Oh, this person is black. This is because they want that person to be as them. That's the truth. Because especially, I'll be honest.
I think that's what
Apart from
Cameron is doing
Somali
right
and
now. For
Puntland,
me in
all those
America,
guys.
I've never had problems. Finding people like even ladies. I've never had, including blacks, Americans. I've never had issues.
Okay.
I'm
How's
lucky.
your interactions there, like with women? How do they see you? Do you have your accent? I mean, I'm guessing your accent.
Okay,
They know
Zongo.
I'm from Ghana, but it's that easy for me
Okay,
to get a
okay.
lady
Let
in
me
here.
ask you a question, Zongo. Does a white family want you to fuck their daughter?
Uh, man,
Okay,
No,
honestly, please
no.
come on, bro.
I
Please,
know why.
let's
Because
be honest.
I live in America too. I know why I asked that question. Can a white girl bring you to their family in America?
man, they will give. I don't know about that, but
I
if you part
I
of their
don't
own,
care who the fuck. Can she bring you to her white family, and how will her father or mother react to you in America?
I mean, if you're speaking like broadly, I mean,
What
I don't
what
know.
state did you live in?
I stayed in Missouri State. I stayed in Illinois.
Oh my god! So
I'm
that means you are in the South, right? The deep
I'm
South.
currently in Washington State.
Okay, that means you're the West Coast. Okay, okay,
I'm
West
currently
Coast
in
fine.
Washington. What?
Okay, fine.
Well, even in Missouri State, you don't have that issues because
Okay,
if you go to Missouri State, right, they are mostly Christian. And if you are Christian, it's that
yeah,
easy for you
but
to marry on
once
Monday.
again,
I mean, it's that
will
easy.
they still allow you, even if it's a Christian? It's so crazy because the white Christians are the most racist, ironically, the most racist.
Yo,
Will
Kaiser.
they
Oh, Kaiser.
allow
I don't think
you
Kaiser.
to marry their white daughter?
Kaiser,
Will they accept you in that white family, Zongo?
Kaiser. I don't need no. I don't need nothing like that. No, no. He may. I'm responding. No, I'm responding to his
Kaiser
comment.
is now going to save you.
No, no, no. I'm responding to his comment though. I don't need that. You know, I work for a firm over here. They're gonna do that for me. I don't have that issues.
Yeah, I don't care. Does
Yeah,
that white family
but I've been here.
accept you there?
I've been here like 4 years now, and I live good life over here. I mean, I make good
Yeah,
amount of
but
money.
will the white
Well, you can
family
stay on it.
accept you there with the daughter?
I mean, it depends. It depends. You know, I've had
No, I don't care. It depends. Will they do that in general? Especially in Missouri. You better not lie. In Missouri, the South. Oh my God, the Republican state, Missouri. You better not lie
Bruh.
to me.
yeah,
Better not
but I
lie
mean,
to me.
it's based
Talking
on what I
about
say. It's
white
based on
folks will
what I
let
say.
you with their white daughters in fucking Missouri. Tell me
Of
that.
course,
Try and
yeah.
lie.
Why not? Why not?
Okay, I'm done with you.
In Springfield,
I'm
Missouri,
done.
I was there.
I'm done.
Don't
Yeah.
go. Come on, you gotta be honest. Look, your type of mentality needs to be actually demonized for what it is,
Yeah.
okay? Because your mentality
Denialism.
is actually
Denialism, bro.
Oh
destructive to
no, I'm
black
not in
people.
denial because
You are
Yes, you
actually
are in
destroying
denial.
black
I'm
women. You're
basing that.
killing black
I'm
women
basing.
from this.
Yeah,
Straight
but I'm
up, I
basing
don't
it.
care about the language I use, yeah? Let me tell you why and how, okay? Because just by this, right, you're basically saying black women are trash, right? You're basically saying black women, they don't exist because you're saying that, oh, people that are less black or non-black, right? Females or whatever, right? They are accepted as black. Then black women are put on the side. They have to wear a wig. Then other races of people's views on black women is going to be demonized even more because when they see a black woman, they just see her as some piece of,
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
see,
And then they
see,
just abuse her. And bro, that's detrimental. What you're saying, how you think, this is actually demonic. This is actually evil.
but
It's
Jason,
really
I
bad.
think what you're failing to understand is that if
Hey,
you
you
think, hold on, Hammer. Let me say something. Come on, man. You've been talking for a
no,
long
you've
time.
been saying a lot of retarded stuff.
Hey,
We're tired
but
of
what
hearing you saying things, saying
what?
dumb stuff. I'm tired of hearing you
You're
say
laughing, bro. Come
something
on, stop it,
intelligent for
bro. You're
once.
gonna get
Use
exposed
your
for
Yeah,
this.
but
brain. I'm tired
it's
of you just
No,
regurgitating stupid
I
shit,
think
bro.
this
yeah,
guy is getting
because
exposed
what I say is not
as
No.
appealing
a
to you.
anti-black
So
man because
what I
he's
say is not
anti-black.
appealing to you.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
No, I'm
But you know
not.
what,
I'm not.
Zongo?
I'm
Hold
not.
on.
I'm
Hold on.
not.
Anti-black
I'm not.
Now,
because
I'm not.
I have
self-denial,
hold on.
not
Anyway,
acknowledging the
Jason.
problem that is.
Yeah. Anyway,
No, I'm
Jason,
not.
I have to go. 1 minute. See, I don't know if he's coming to close the show, but I have to go. But let me
Right.
just say this:
No,
you
no, no.
Zongo, go as one man.
No, I'm not.
No, no, no. I apologize. I wasn't talking to you. Let me mute myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but go ahead to Zongo. I have to go. I'll
Yeah.
let 1 minute do what we gotta do.
No,
But
no, sorry. I'm actually on two streams. I'm on my stream and this one as well. No, I've not come to shut you down. I've just come to check that everything is still. You carry on. When you finish, I'll just come and shut it down.
yeah,
So carry on with
yeah.
your conversation.
So I
When you
yeah,
finish, I'll
cause
just come and
yeah.
shut it down.
Thank you so much. I'm just trying to leave. I'll say my quick close to say because I have to go, but I'll let you continue. But Zongo, let me say something right now, okay? If you want to keep living in this mentality you have, then that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. When you find yourself in a situation when non-black people are about to hang you or lace you up, I want to let you know I will be there to help them do it to you. I will actually help them do it to you. I'm not gonna save you because I know
Basically,
that you did it to yourself. You shouldn't have been over it to begin with. So when you get your card pulled, when you get your African card, when you get your wake up call, when they put you back in your place, I will be there to help them take care of you.
No, I'm not.
Remember that.
and Zongo, technically,
I've
you
not
are
even
also,
experienced that. Like,
just like Hammer kind of like, removed me, like
yeah,
saying that my
but
black card is revoked.
Jason, where
I
do you
think
stay
that
though?
your black card
Jason,
is revoked
Jason,
also.
where do
Let's
you
be
stay?
honest.
Jason, where do you stay?
Huh?
Where do you stay?
Which means what? UK.
Oh, okay. So the dynamics are a little different because a lot of times there are people who are born over here. They stay in like in the different neighborhoods. They have different experience, and then generally they tend to superimpose their own experience on the overall like group in America or maybe in the black diaspora. The same reality doesn't exist for everybody. I have different set of experience. You know, I just have different set of experience, and my experience is based on what I've observed, like coming to this country. You know, if you go to a state like Missouri State, you don't see people like me, so you tend to date the ones that are within your vicinity. There's nothing wrong in that. But here,
Honestly, I mean,
you're
I don't
gonna
know.
stand,
Like,
you're gonna stand here and say, "Oh, what Hammer says is true." Like when you go outside, you see people like him everywhere. No, they're not. And in fact, if you want to go and stay in a typical black community over here, it's a violent place. You can't even stay over there. Like, don't let him like brainwash you like that. You know?
no, he's not brainwashing. Everything he's saying, I already had that mentality. So
Yeah,
don't say that he's
but
brainwashing you.
but it makes sense in an ideal way. But in reality, if you come to the U.S., nobody's like if let's say you come
No
to
one is racist in America because that country is already mixed up. Okay, but the thing is,
no, it
when
depends.
what he's talking about is reality, capitalism, all that type of mentality. That's what he's talking about. And I think like how you avoiding the questions, kind of saying like, oh, if this like, would you actually date a European woman, and like, how would they treat you? Like, how do you actually let me ask you this question, right? If you were to date a European female, would you want to meet her family, and how do their would
I
their
mean,
family
I
react?
mean, personally, when I was in Turkey, I was even going to marry a Turkish lady, right? But
Did you meet
I
their
do
family?
recognize. Hold on. I do recognize that she did like me, but then her parents, like, she kind of feared that her parents might not like me. She knew that, and I knew that myself. And as such, I never proceeded with that. I know that reality. Yeah, but my point, if the person likes you, why care about the parents though, right?
I mean, you just said yourself that she didn't really like you. So,
No,
I
I
mean,
said she
that
did, but
already shows
she
that
did,
there's a
but
lot of things.
she did, but the parent, she feared her parents might not receive me well. That was her only
Wow, you
concern.
see, exactly. So this is the problem. This is
No, because
everything that guy was saying.
because she grew
Saying
up because no, she grew up in a very strong Islamic home. Because I know, I mean, I grew up in a Muslim, having Muslim upbringing. I know how the Muslim think. You know, I know how Arabic people think. I've interacted with a lot of them. I know how they think. But America is a different place, especially if you come to Washington
Yeah,
State.
I'm soon to go
Peop-
into US as well. I'm gonna stay there soon.
Yeah,
But go on.
people don't hold the same view that he's trying to project to everybody. You understand? It was like, oh, if you have a certain percentage or this and that and that.
That
That's
percentage
crazy.
thing though does really work. Let me tell you why. And
Okay,
I'm
let me.
gonna also because
How about I tell you this?
right,
I met this guy. His name is was Brandon. He come from California, right? When he grew
right.
up from, I mean, he's not from even Africa. He's from Black America. He said all the ladies he wanted to date from his group, they never accepted him. The only ones that accepted him was the ones outside of his own group.
That's what I've heard a lot of black people say. Even some people here, do you wherever they
Uh,
said that all of them say that they get discriminated, they get all of this stuff, and I don't know. Like it's kind of I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not gonna judge them and how they look like, right? I'm not gonna say 'cause I'm not. I don't want to, I don't want to go talk about that. But I want to say this is it's kind
Even
of
how they look like though, other people accepted them for who they are, right?
what you mean by who they are? Do you mean like looks or like what? Like what women? I think they kind of tend to like few things, right? So some are fetish, so something to do with like fetish, right? So they may like you as some sort of fetish, a side dude or something like that because they like your meat piece, if you know what I'm saying, right?
He
But
married.
then there's
I'm
something that
referring
like
to.
your face card, right? So when it comes to face card, what is it with you? Like, did they do? And those people you're talking about that had like that thing where they said the black woman, the woman didn't like them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
What was it like that?
no, those kind of men. If they were in Ghana, if they were in West Africa, it was that easy for them. Like mostly in
Obviously,
African
right.
societies, just with
But
the whole personality. But it's one thing about the black community in America is you have to be lighter for you to be, for people to appreciate you. It's something. You wouldn't see it unless you come to Black America. See, don't believe what they tell you on you, because there's a lot of things that you see on YouTube. Why do you think O'Shea, Jackson moved all the way from Black America to stay all the way in Africa? Because people like
What
him, people,
he's in
people like
Africa.
yeah, people like him in his own community. They laugh at him from his own community.
But okay, but you know what's weird? I think I've seen he said that a family, like his own family member, said that he should date like he's happy that he's not dating a black woman. Like the mom, or the family member literally said that he should marry a less black, a non-black woman, right? Or someone that's lighter in complexion. That's what I've heard. So that
You
type of mentality, I think
you
it's
wouldn't
ingrained within.
yeah, you wouldn't know this. They don't speak it much, but people who have really stayed in that community, they know that. Even like when you meet Afrodamas, he knows that. Like when Tariq Nasheed says to O'Shea that, hey, don't go, like don't play with me, like he'll make those kind of jokes on you. It's not like how they live over here. Like you wouldn't see it like on the media platforms on YouTube, but in reality, when you go to their own communities, it's crazy. So what he was saying, I'm not getting away with. It doesn't mean all black, because like if you go to like the black communities, it's contrary to what he's proposing. Actually,
I get what you're saying. Wait, so you're saying like in Africa, like Black Americans? Okay, there's also another challenge, right?
but even besides that, if like in Ghana, I never have to worry about what you guys are talking about. By the way,
No, you don't have to because it's run by darker skinned black people, the
so
original black
and that's what I'm
people.
saying. His
Mm.
theory doesn't apply over there. It probably applies
No,
in
it
most
does.
West.
It does. Let me tell you why. Because Europeans run the world. If a European guy went there, right, most
Mhm.
likely he would get some sort of respect as long as he follows the rules, right? As he would get worshipped. But the moment he actually shows animosity or some sort, he's gonna be kicked. He's gonna be removed. But the thing is, you need to understand that other race of people, they're respected by blacks because blacks, especially the men, do not like themselves. I agree with that. I believe that. That's what Hammer was saying. And he's saying, okay, like people with that mentality of self-denial, right? Do not they don't like their women, they don't like themselves, they hate everything to do with blackness. They accept everything that is non-black because they want to wash themselves out. So when I'm talking about this stuff, when I'm talking about and I'm trying to address this thing that black people have, right? I want you to be honest. That's all it is. I don't want people to be like going and saying that, oh, there's this and there's that, kind of calling out these little things. I want just honesty because that is literally what's going to help people. Let me tell you, you can date whoever you want. No one is going to stop you from fucking some woman, right? No one's going to stop you from, touching this female, right? No one's gonna stop you. But you need to understand that if you're just direct and you say, "Oh, look, I prefer non-black women, but I'll still date my own, right? And I'll still whatever raise the kids, the woman, and then also, right? I'm going to date outside my race because I enjoy the sight or I like the way they look, right? Or I appreciate them as what I'm saying, as being exotic. That's what we want. I want just directness because when you keep on saying stuff like, "Oh, there's this," "Oh, in America there's this little problem," this never gonna solve it. It's never gonna be solved. All it's gonna be is the continual silly cycle of, "Oh, black revolution, evolution." It's never gonna directly solve the issue. That's it.
Yeah, that's colorism over there. Okay, but that's the same thing this guy was saying though. The hammer guy. I mean, he said if you pass for certain color, you disqualify. You're in the danger
By
zone.
the
Isn't
way,
that the same?
yeah, colorism is racism. Okay, I just want to get out there. Colorism is racism because you
Listen,
can't. That just don't make any sense. How can you be a black person, right, with light skin? Those black people with light skin, they come from basically those horners. So a horner, like even I don't know. I think Mo was saying it. Yeah, that the Khoisans literally are actually descended from some sort of horners or something like that. I can see it because of the phenotype, right? What I'm realizing, Horners, right? They have Asian ancestry. There's even a guy, right? This guy had Chinese. Like he found out someone in his family is Chinese. Imagine. So you need to
Yeah.
understand that this whole thing about color, this is all racism, right? Mainly, yes, there are dark skinned Indians. There are Indians that are darker than black people, but that's because those other black people that could even be dark, yeah, some of them have slight mixtures as well. Another thing is those even whether you're dark or not, Indians, right? They have a phenotype that's non-black, and black people don't have that phenotype. The only ones that may have similar is Nilotes, right? Then you have Nilotes, you have all those Niger Congo. That's the same thing. Those people, even they are slight. They are very little non-black, but they're still black. If you get what I'm saying. So this 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 can be solved by just being direct. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, see, I'll give it a typical example. Like my mom, for instance, where she grew up, like most of the time, people used to call her like maybe a yellow woman or something like that. But the same person, if she was in America, she's like she'd be identified as black. So the whole point of identity, it fluctuates based on the region where you go. That's the point I'm trying to say. You can't just say like, oh, someone qualified based on this. You might think he qualified. You might qualify for that reason in America or in a Western society, but you go to a whole different area, and people might view you as different from that race group because you don't come from the culture. You're different. Like, I mean, I get it. We are from the same race, but you're not one of us. And they're not gonna accept you that way. I mean, and the way he speak kind of shows that he has not even. Really, I mean, maybe you, Jason, you haven't stayed in Africa before, have you? You
I have
haven't.
actually went to Africa. I have.
Where do you
I mean,
stay?
I've been to like different places in Africa,
If you,
but um,
they might identify with you, but if you don't really know the culture, you wouldn't have that connection with that group. They might see you as an outsider. They can scam you. They can do. You don't want to
I
go to
mean,
West Africa thinking using the umbrella of race just to get along. They will end up scamming you. And I'm being real with you. Go to Ghana and act that way. They're gonna scam your ass over there, or probably Nigeria.
act like how.
I'm just using like, oh, um, uh, I'm black. I qualify for being part of the race group. You got to connect with the culture from that region. Once you get over there, what culture do you
Oh
come
yeah,
from?
yeah, I
Which
get it,
group?
I get it, I get it. That's true. I mean, okay, I'm reading this comment. It says this guy last car nude. We it says we Horners don't have any Asian ancestry. For instance, I'm Somali, and I have straight hair. I got my DNA test. I'm 100% Somali. Uh, from the video I checked, is that this guy he identified with Somali, but then he found out he's mixed. So I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. I'm thinking. Okay, I think I'm seeing what's going on. So I don't know if anyone's in the comments, whether right, and you as well.
It is,
What's his
and
name?
it is
If
very
you're seeing,
interesting that a
if
lot of
you're-
people come on YouTube uh, to challenge oh, who has this and who has not, right? I mean, he was
I
that
think it's something
confident
to do with
enough.
culture.
Why don't you follow me on LinkedIn and let's see who has more qualification than he has, or who has better job than he has here in America.
Okay, but look, this dude, like what he was saying in comments, right? I think relating to what you said, this is to do with culture, partially as well, because I could let's say right, if you look like a Somali, you could look like a East African looking person, right? A Horn African, but you act like some sort of other culture. You act like, for example, African American, right? Because maybe because you're mixed, right? You're mixed with a black, another Bantu or another African country, right? Then that person doesn't have that culture of Horn Africans. So now what that person, right? He can say he says he's black. That person, people are gonna say he's black. Like even for example, that Tyler woman, people are saying that she is black. So a woman said she's black, but then they're saying that she's colored. Now, what when people right in the black community are identifying, they're now just saying anything. Like, so that's what I'm
when you
seeing.
say
That's
when
what
you
I'm
say
getting
black
now.
community, what do you mean? You mean globally in the U.S. or the
Globally,
Western
yes,
sphere?
I'm saying black community, obviously. Whether people in the
But
West, mainly,
yeah, but
well,
the thing
mainly
is,
people in the West.
someone like a lot of people from maybe from like grew up like in the typical black communities in West Africa, they wouldn't look at Tyler and say she's black. They're not gonna say that. People from there, I'm not gonna say that.
Where, from where? From where?
In West Africa, like in typical like West African black communities, they will look at Tyler and say she was
Mm.
black. They
Why
might
so?
probably
Why'd
think
you? What? Because she's a woman.
no, because they might think she's Indian or something like that, or probably mixed Indian, something like that.
No, I could believe that. I
Because
could
the way
believe that
Western
because
societies identify a race is different from how. And I'm telling you, my mom, when she was in Ghana, they call her yellow woman, but here in America, she's black over here. Right?
is probably what is the phenotype. What is a phenotype? Is it Bantu? Is it East Africa? What is it like Creole? What
No,
would you say she looks like?
Bantu type though.
Also, those lighter skin like Africans.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, even with that as well, right? That whole skin tone thing. That's another thing to do with colorism. Colorism, like I was saying, so like the Bantus that be like there's Bantus, there's Africans that are Khoisan. Those people, what I know is they're admixed. That's what I do know because let me tell you why. Those people that are light skinned, you can't. That doesn't really make any sense unless they. I don't know if they did something. They lighten the skin or change the brightness or whatever, right? Black people, right? Like I don't know black people having that genetics unless they like unless that person is like some sort of new adaptation. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you went to
Hmm.
a new location and they adapted whatever. Black like that's the whole point of race. Do you get what I'm saying? So like when you're saying that as well, like she is like this and that, you gotta be specific because this colorism thing as well is very irritating when people are describing color, brown skin, dark skin, light skin. Because in look, even look, let me
But
ask this guy.
I
Let's
don't
start
you
with
think? Don't you think at the end of the day,
what would you
don't
what
you,
would you recommend for someone, right, who is a Horner phenotype, but is in a black community? What would you recommend for that person? Would you say Horn Africans, yeah, would accept him as a Horn African, or would you say that person is
because
black? What would you
see
say?
a lot of
Because
a lot of
that would be part of
a lot of
colorism as
like
well.
a lot of West Africans, especially those who don't come from the Muslim community, because they don't have similar culture with them. They don't understand Islam. For me, I was raised as a Muslim, right? So when I meet a Hona African who is a Muslim, I can relate with him. We can have a great conversation because there's a similar culture that we might probably have, like maybe Islam or something. Have conversation. I mean, even in Washington State, when I meet them, I don't see no issues with them. In fact, when I came to the U.S. for the first time, the guy who actually accepted me and told me he wanted to teach me how to navigate. Yeah, was an Horn African, was from Somali. When I was in Cyprus, my mentor was a Horn African from Somali too, right?
Right.
So I might disagree. Like you get what I'm saying? My experience is a little different, right? And I've met a lot of like way darker skinned Horn Africans, way darker than I am, but they have like a smooth, curvy, wavy hair. But they're Africans too, and they will tell you like Arabic is not their language. They've been Arabized to some extent, but they are not. They have their own identity. These are like on the personal level, because you guys, when you meet on online, you don't know them personally, so they might, act in a certain way. What- You understand? Like when you meet someone personally, they know who they are. Like,
Okay, okay. You know what? You know what I'm gonna say. Okay, this is actually I want to say this as well. Actually, you know what? It's very important as well. This is a topic. I don't know if someone wants to come on the live, they could do this, right? Because this is actually very interesting. Very something people don't talk about. It's about colorism, right? And it's culturism, cultural aspects. All right.
hmm
Black people. I know that a lot of black people. They actually turn out to not be something they say they are. So they will say, okay, they identify as black, obviously, right? But they'll say that they are like, for example, a guy who's African of African continent would say
hmm
that he is a Caribbean black person, yeah, and maybe he would be respecting or was representing that type of thing, right? But he would say that, And I don't know, but what are your takes, right? People in the comments and you, Zongo, right, on how people would receive him in that community. Is it by phenotype? Would you literally accept the person if they look or are similar, right? By phenotype, would you mind that person, saying that they are of that community, right? Or even trying to be part of that, or even try to marry the woman, or be friends, or work with the people, right, in the community? Or would you just say that that guy is just some guy that's saying that he's that and he's got self hate? I don't know. Is it because
I think
that's part
can you be
cognitive
more
too as
like
well?
clear with your question because I think you're kind of going like here and there.
Okay, okay, okay. Would you would you Zongo and people in the life
Hmm.
think, would you accept as someone, right, that is part of of a black phenotype, right,
Hmm.
being part of a non-black phenotype?
Would I accept? I mean, do I have that authority to make that decision? No, I don't. I don't have that authority. I mean, especially here in the Western society, do you have that authority to decide that, to make that decision? I think it all starts from the family unit and what how you teach your kids, and from families you build communities, and then you have a whole like structure of culture that you like you safeguard from the other like the other cultures like it is in African societies like where I come from. Like for instance, I mean the fact that I have same skin as you doesn't mean you're one of us. You gotta speak our language, the culture. You relate with us on a different level. Then we're gonna accept you as one of us. I mean, and that's how I think too. Even when I come over here, I don't come here thinking like, oh, the blacks from America are one of me. No, I don't think that way. Because some of them might want to kill you. They might want to steal your stuff too. I mean, you all just it doesn't work that way. I mean,
Right,
for me personally,
right,
I don't think
right,
that way. I don't think that way. I mean, because generally, I remember this one time I was in like Istanbul airport. I was just standing up there, and this lady from Nigeria, she saw me, she approached me, right? Because she thought I looked like her. That's why she approached me. She asked me what she wanted me to direct her like to the right gate, right? And then she
right.
man, we spoke English. And surprisingly enough, we spoke the same language, and we connected on a deeper level too, beyond just the race level, right? And then that's how
Right.
we kind of rolled. I've met different, Africans who are from Zimbabwe, and we can relate, but we couldn't connect to the deeper level because the culture was a little different from the one that I
Okay,
was.
last canoed. Would you accept someone that has a non-black phenotype, right, but is of a black culture, as your as a what's good, as any part of any specific like community, for example, right, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, uh the Libyan countries, right? That part, or you got Yemeni, right? Would you accept those people, right? If they, like, for example, Nipsey Hussle is Eritrean, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you got Tupac. Tupac is African American, right? But he's actually multiracial, and his dad is actually mixed. If you actually look at him as well, he looks a bit different. So that dude, right? If he, like, obviously he's black, right, because of his culture, but his phenotype is different. Would you would you accept that guy? Would you say that that guy is a Horner? Would you say that, or would you say that he's black? Like,
Within
how does it work?
like Nipsey Hussle. The thing is not about how I
Nipsey
say
Hussle, but yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, but how his people accept him. Eritreans accept him. Most Eritreans accept him as one of them. And I work with an Eritrean, and he told me like when he demised, even though he followed the gang culture of America that wasn't known in their own culture, they still recognize that he's one of their own, and they accept. They accept him. It's not for me to decide whether I accept him or not. It's the culture where he comes from. They're the ones having the authority to decide. Okay, he's one of us, and they
Right.
accept
I
him.
mean,
But
that,
and the thing is, sometimes, right? Someone can come from a different group, right? Like, let's say, like, someone, like, for instance, Jason, right? Maybe you're married to
right.
a non-black person in the West, but then you decide, hey, I want to go to, like, maybe Nigeria and settle over there, maybe in the Yoruba land. If your wife embrace the Yoruba culture, the kids embrace the Yoruba culture, they're gonna think like Yoruba people. People might recognize the color difference, but in mentality and thinking wise, they think like one of the people over there.
Right. And it's not there's not gonna be really animosity towards each other,
No,
especially in Africa. Yeah, I get what
I'll
you're
tell.
saying. But the
I'll
thing
see
is,
in Ghana, for instance, there's a guy that his parents, two of his parents, came to settle in Cape Coast. They were Germans, right? They gave birth to him, but then eventually, I think uh, they died in Ghana or something like that, and they left him over there, right? He speaks fluent language from where he comes from in the Cape Coast area, and he's married to a Cape Coast lady from that area. And he said even if he goes to Germany, he can't identify like his grandmom, or like it's very hard because his parents has been far too gone that it's hard for him to even adapt in the German society because culturally he's finding challenging to adapt in those in the German society. So where do you think he's going to stay? The fact that we are on this space even having this conversation means that to some degree we can identify on a certain level, right?
of
Sometimes when
course,
you marry
right.
interracially, that person you might to that other person he might bring into your culture. If you go to Afridama's channel, there's this guy called KBM. He's married to a Kenyan. Right? He comes to most of our spaces. He comes. He's a white dude from the US, but he comes to most having this kind of conversation. He engages by virtue of his wife. He engages on on the various like Afro spaces, and have conversation about Africa and the nitty gritties of how some blacks in the US act when they go to Africa, right? So it kind of depends, though. Have you heard of like what even Michelle Obama said when she went to Kenya? Have you?
No,
Have you?
no.
She said she didn't notice how American she was until she went to Kenya. She couldn't relate to the
Maybe by
people.
culture and language, but look, the thing I'm talking about, right, is phenotype. So that's what Hammer was talking about, and I'm trying to address that issue because Hammer's mentality is actually positive and very threatening as well, negative
But
towards
Jason,
mixed
I get
people,
what you're saying about
mixed
the,
people,
the
and black
classification, right?
people,
But what is
because
the
there's black
end?
people. Go on,
Yeah, but Jason, what is the
right?
end goal of the classification? Okay, let's agree.
Okay,
All your
which is
classification has been
what
accepted.
is
You
black?
qualify.
Okay, for
What was the
me, what qualifies for black is he was saying, right, like I'm in a danger zone because he didn't understand. I think it was something to do with this African American because obviously we know African Americans, right, are the ones that are going through problems, but the thing is with African Americans, technically, many of them are actually biracial and multiracial. So, for example, Tupac, he said once someone said that he looks like any other what's it called, a African American, but the thing is most African Americans are literally biracial and multiracial. The mom would be mixed, right, or the dad would be mixed, right. In Tupac's case, his dad is mixed and the mom would be black. That's how the average like black Americans are. Or it would be like just they're all like multicultural, multiracial. So the man would be black, right? But he will have a mixture, right? So the thing is, right, going back to what I'm saying, this is phenotype is what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to say, like, okay, if we want to deal with this thing, want to get rid of this issue with colorism, featureism, and black people having dignity and respect for their phenotype, right? We have to actually deal with this colorism issue where they remove the lines of light skin because we already know that they would run around and they a darker skinned Indian over a brown skinned black woman. We know that. We already see that. We already see that. So this whole thing about colorism has to be removed, and we have to talk about the true issue, which is basically like discrimination, racism,
Yeah, but I get,
technically.
but I'm saying like besides those classification that he said, right? What is the end goal after those classification? You qualify, yes, I qualify as one of you. What is the end goal of that classification? Where do you move
What do
from
you mean?
there?
Oh, what you? Oh, okay, I get. Okay, fine. Where do you
Okay, so
move?
that's
Where do you move? Okay,
what is the
that I
end
think
goal?
that's kind of what I was trying to go to. Okay, the end goal, I guess, would technically be okay. If I am ostracized, I will have to go to a community of people that are similar to my
Yeah, but
phenotype.
let's say you were
That
part
is
of
the
those group. You
end
were part
goal.
of those group. You qualify. Okay, yes, I qualify. I'm one of you. What next?
Okay, what you mean? Okay, you're saying what next when you qualify because you have the same phenotype as someone else? What
I mean,
next
the
there?
same like the theory that he was proposing. I mean, it's just about classification, right? Once you
Yeah,
classify,
okay.
what
What
next?
next? Okay, what next? What's next is this,
What is
right?
the
We
end
were talking
goal of
about
that
Europeans.
classification?
Okay, the end goal of this is this, right? People need to address themselves as themselves. They need to address themselves as their own phenotype. So he was already he already labeled. He out of the bat hammer labeled the group of people he was talking about. He was talking about Horn Africans, mainly due to the fact that obviously they're a group of them. Okay, so they all, and he said that they all have a high mixture of Eurasian, right? Eurasian mixture, Arab mixture, right? Mixture, right? So the issue, the thing he's talking about is how he was talking about was what he was talking about was Europeans, right? Even if they date outside their race, they always show that their loyalty to their own race. They
But
show their
Europeans,
loyalty to their own
but Europeans never
phenotype, their
said
own
that. They
people.
never like identify themselves as maybe white. They tell you like their culture where they come from. The whole
They
white
say
and
that
black
they're
thing is an
European.
American thing.
They say that you're okay, yeah, but look, they will say
It's
they're
more like
European. But
American.
the point,
It's
yeah,
more
the
it's
point
more
is,
like
look,
American thing.
Europeans, would you, without a doubt, they all date their own. They all date someone of the same race or the same phenotype. They always love their own phenotype. If they date like someone
So
else,
Africans
right? They
don't do that
probably do it like
in
they
continental
don't
Africa.
do that in Africa. They do that, but it's not high. It's not
It's
highly.
very
They
hot.
all do that to the lighter skinned females. Let's be
No,
honest.
we are.
So
Myself, even me
we
in
can't
particular.
ignore that. We can't. You just said yeah that your mom is a lighter pigment. So
Yeah.
what's up with that? You get what I'm saying? What's up with
Yeah,
that?
but my dad
You
come
know what
from
I'm
a
saying?
different. Like, my dad is not lighter. He's darker.
Yeah, exactly. But your mom is lighter in complexion.
Yes.
So I mean, that already says enough. You get what I'm saying? Like whether she is like that, right? I don't know. You didn't say her mix if she's mixed or not.
No, she's not
They,
mixed. I'm
the,
saying
the
like they
point
call her.
is, the point is because that skin color and that whole look of whatever is from being non-black, or that thing is described as something that is not black. Do you get what I'm saying? Not Bantu. So because Bantu's, Ham already mentioned coisans are like light skin. They even look Asian. They even look Chinese. So that whole thing, yeah, is classification. Europeans date their own females. They are direct and honest, straight up. Europeans are honest. They like their own women. They will date other races of females. The difference is that they're loyal to their females. Black men aren't. They're not loyal to their own women.
You mean like
Let's
the
be
one in the
honest.
West? Okay, but
They
I mean,
date
if
their
you want to
women.
make,
That's why you have red pill content. That's why you have all these things.
but
But the
Jason,
thing is, black men, go on.
that's a fair comparison now. If you want to talk
That is
about,
a that's reality because it's
oh, hold on,
obviously said.
hold on,
Yes,
Jason.
you
If you
already
want
just
to, if you
you are yourself, your existence. What you just told me, your
but hold
dad and
on,
mom is already
but
you
hold on,
already
Jason.
talked about it. Your mom, even if wherever she is, because I don't know your mixture, wherever. I don't know. I have to go by what people say, and maybe you can look at them as well. But you just told me that your mom is a lighter pigment than your dad. What does that say? What does that say? So we can't really say anything about this whole happy, no, this is black people. Hammer said that we don't have to worry about that because black people, they're already abundant, right? But
Yeah, but I mean,
black
but
people
I think
have
where you're missing is that
self-denial, so
okay,
there's
okay,
no
but hold
point
on,
in
hold on.
saying these things.
Yeah, but I mean, people marry for the different reasons, right? People marry because they come from the same culture. Some marry because they want to amalgamate this culture to that culture. When some people migrate from different region to different region, and they like my family, for instance, we originate from Kassina. We move and we settle in Togo. I mean, we've been Islamic people, by the way, which is not a very good thing, but I don't have to deny my historical side, right? When they settled in Togo, they met the people over those African, like those people in those region. They, they, they proselytized them to become Islamic people, and they married them. That's how they think. People think different. So for me, I'm not a tribal person. I'm not like, oh, I gotta stick to my just ethnic group
I
alone.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
you need to be aware. You need to be aware of other people's mentalities. That's what we're
When
trying
the,
to say.
but I'm,
Hammer, what he's
but the
trying to
point,
say is, look,
but what I'm
when it
saying
comes
is
to
that
race, when it comes to capitalism, when it comes to racism, discrimination, like when it comes to race as in general, right? People tend to stick to their own. They love their own phenotype, right? And when you love your own phenotype, you are gonna be respected more because people are gonna basically see that you are a guy that's basically non-self-hating. You don't hate yourself. I like right now, yeah. If I date, say I want to marry someone with my phenotype, no one's gonna like. You can't say anything. You can't like. You're gonna say I can't do that because I look like that, right? If I say I don't want to date a black woman that has a straight hair or a 4C hair, right? I want to date someone with my hair texture or my phenotype exactly. You can't argue with that. If I want to date someone else that is more Eurocentric, I guess women. It depends on the situation, though, really. But
yeah, but
some people are
Jason,
going to
Jason, you're not
argue
being
with that.
honest
Black
though.
people,
You
you know
just
what I'm
don't
saying?
marry. Hold on, Jason, you're not being honest. You just don't marry based on the person looking like you. Besides just
No,
satisfying.
no, you're not understanding that. We're talking about in general, okay? People marry based on capitalism. They base on culture, okay? That's how black people are. That's how people become
So
what
you
they
don't
are.
think you don't
So
think
so
you
so
don't think
that's the truth. That's the reality of this, okay? This is why you are not like you're basically like extreme. Your black card is removed as well,
no,
just
no,
like
no. I'm
you
saying
black, remove my black card, right? Your black card is removed as well. So I already agree with him, but
yeah,
I'm just listening to you because
yeah,
I'm
but
trying to hear
Jason,
your
I mean,
perspective.
what I'm
I'm
saying is
open
that
minded.
what see you live in the UK. We've
That
like
doesn't matter. Look,
hold on.
look. You
Let me
agree?
make my
Okay, let
point.
me
Let me
answer
make
the
my point
question.
first. Let me
Answer the
make my
question.
point. Let me make my point
Answer the
first, please.
question.
Let me make my point. You live in the UK. I mean, I live in the US, right? But we've heard of like Peckham and stuff like that. Mostly we have like migrant from other countries, from those region, like from those like cities, right? Are they mostly like non-black people over there, or mostly like people from African descent in Peckham and those places?
I'm not sure.
And
You're asking me, right?
yeah, I'm asking you. In haven't you heard of Peckham, or is
I
it
know Peckham, yeah, yeah.
Peckham?
But I guess black people.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's just only my just a small percentage of the group that just tend to marry from outside, but majority of them they stick within their own group.
No, I don't think that's true because you just told me your mom is a lighter skinned black person, a lighter skinned Bantu. So that in itself is evident. So even if she's non-black, maybe she's a black woman that is trying to be mixed, right? Or she isn't. I don't know, right? She that whole mentality is from wanting to procreate with non-black females. So that alone is evident.
No, 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 that's not true.
You're saying
I
like
mean,
that is a lie.
no,
Like
no,
every
that's not
how
true.
you talk,
That's
how
not true.
your mentality and black men's mentality as a whole is inferiority complexity. You are not qualified. I can because I don't have inferiority complexity, but many black people are not qualified to talk about black problems. They are they're excluded from the black race.
Yeah, but
They're jokes. So
nobody speaks about.
what people are gonna do, even more everyone, right? Hammer, whatever. We're actually gonna literally like we're actually gonna anytime a situation we're gonna investigate the individual's life see if he married outside his race and if he actually contributed to the black community, all of that type of stuff, right? If he didn't, we would just say he's just another a self. We wouldn't even say he's self-hating black. We
You want
just
to
say
do
he's
that in
just
a Western
a
society? You
ghost.
want to do, you want to you want
We
to
do
do that in
that
a Western
everywhere
society?
in Europe, in every country. People,
Yeah,
we're
but
just
why?
addressing that
Yeah, but why
because
worry
that's
about
the whole
Africa
point of this
though? Why
panel.
worry
This is the
about
whole point
Africa
of
though?
this
The
talk.
whole
Everything.
Why worry about Africa? That problem is non-existent. It's a Western problem. All these things that you're talking about, that you guys are talking about, it's mostly minorities living in a majority white societies. That problem doesn't exist in Africa.
It
Never.
exists. It
Nobody.
exists in Africa because there's many things going on in Africa. Okay, there's even wars going on in Eritrea, Ethiopia,
Okay, man.
Nigeria. Okay, so look, we gotta be honest. You got self hate, and I don't even know if there's anyone in the life, but yeah, I'm just letting you know that black men, people watching this in general, black men, most we'll say 75%, yeah, of no, not even 75, 90%, if you want to be honest, 99. But yeah, black men have self hate and self denial. Very few of them love their black women, right? And those are mostly men that don't have self hate. And yeah, that's really the truth. Okay, so I'm actually gonna leave, but I respect your talking. At least you got what you say now. So yeah, peace.